Mr. Batson, Miss Smalley worked for you as an accountant.
A bookkeeper, yes.
Bookkeeper. In what kind of business?
I buy and sell all types of different used equipment that I purchase.
How long did Miss Smalley work for you?
Approximately 6 to 7 years.
Now, there came a time when she and her husband came to you for a loan.
Yes.
They don't deny that. When was that?
Approximately late 2013, 2014. I don't have the original date.
Do you remember when you came to him for the loan?
February 2014.
And how much money did he loan you?
$1,200.
Is that correct?
No.
How much?
I loaned them 2 different times for a total of $2,800.
Did you give them check or cash?
I gave them cash.
And they, at some point, started to pay you back?
Yes.
When?
October of 2014, I was given a check for $2,000, which did not go through. At that point...
Do you have that check?
Yes.
I'd like to take a look at it. And when you say it did not go through, it was dishonored by the bank?
Yes, it was returned for insufficient funds.
Okay. Now, Miss Smalley.
Yes.
Let's go back to you. I said, how much did you borrow?
Yes.
And you said $1,200.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you want to tell me why you wrote him a check for $2,000 and in your handwriting wrote partial payment?
That was a prior loan to the one that we're talking about.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
You mean you came to Mr. Batson and asked him for money on more than one occasion?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. You know that I'm not buying what you're saying to me, but I'm going to let you dig your hole. You understand?
Okay.
Okay. When was the first time you came and asked him for money?
5 or 6 years ago. I mean, Dan would loan money all the time, okay? If you were an employee, if you worked for Dan and you needed to borrow some money till the next payday, or you needed to borrow money...
And why did you steal from him? You were convicted of stealing from him.
Yes, ma'am, I was convicted of
So
forgery.
if he was a nice guy, Miss Smalley, and loaned all of his employees money when they needed it, and according to you, loaned you money on successive occasions, why'd you steal from him?
Actually,
you were convicted of stealing from him.
Yes, ma'am, I was. But
okay. So would you want to tell me why? No,
Yes,
first I asked the why.
I made a mistake.
You made 2 mistakes. The second one is coming here and telling me the story.
No, ma'am.
Because as part of your conviction, you were ordered to make restitution.
Yes.
Restitution is not for a loan. Criminal courts cannot order you to make restitution for a loan.
Right.
They can order you to make restitution for what you stole. So when the court ordered you to make restitution, which is your defense to this case, that they ordered me to make restitution, and I made restitution in the amount of $1,200, that covered the loan.
No, ma'am.
But well, that's what you wrote in your answer. You said in your answer that you swore to, I was ordered to pay back all the money I owed him, so I paid him $1,200. Criminal court can't order you to pay back a loan. Let's start with that. They can order you to pay back what you stole. And they order you to pay back an amount certain, not pay him back what I owed. They ordered you to pay him back $1,200 because that's what you stole.
Actually, the amount in question on that is $658 and change.
Well, not in question. The criminal court
Yes, ma'am.
ordered you to pay back as restitution what you stole in the amount of $1,200. It had nothing to do with the loan.
Right.
Now you're saying right. So how much does she owe you?
$1,300.
Did she make just because I can't get a straight answer from her. She wouldn't know how to give a straight answer. She wouldn't know the truth if it slapped her in the face. You want to speak? You want to speak?
Yes, I do.
Great. Do you owe him $1,300?
No.
How many times did you ask him for money? How many times did you ask him for money?
One time.
One time. That's what he's here for. Not this baloney that your wife is talking about over a period of time. You asked him, that's what this case is about. The one time the two of you came to him and asked him for money.
That is correct.
Good. And look at me. And you asked him for money because?
We had an incident occur where we were having a house problem with a large banking institution that is under suit.
I don't care. You were having financial trouble.
When we had to obtain a lawyer for this other incident. So we went to him to borrow $1,200 for a lawyer fee. That's all we borrowed was $1,200. We took him to dinner and borrowed $1,200 and not a penny more.
Listen to me. Just a second. So that's $1,200.
Correct.
On what date? Month and year.
Ma'am, I can't even tell you my birthday half the time.
Very good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,300. We're done. Ms. Hill, you're the owner of a rental property that the defendant was renting from you since 2015.
Correct.
What kind of rental property is it?
Single-family home.
Do you own the home?
I do.
When did you purchase it?
In 2012.
Did you purchase it as a rental property?
I did not. I lived in the residence before renting it to the defendant.
Who did you live there with?
My daughter.
And why did you move out?
I was relocated for work, so I moved to Florida.
How much did you pay for the house?
I bought the house from an auction for about $13,000.
And did you put any money into it?
I did. I put about $20,000 into the home.
And you lived in it after you purchased it and after you renovated it with your daughter from 2012 to 2015 when you leased it to the defendant.
That is correct.
So it was renovated in 2012.
That is correct.
Is your claim that when the defendant moved out, she left extensive damage in the house? The defendant says there wasn't extensive damage. Whatever was there, it was normal wear and tear. So do you have photographs of the house from when you moved out?
I do not.
Tell me when the defendant moved out.
June of 2017.
And she notified you she didn't want to renew her lease?
She notified the property manager at the time.
How much was rent?
Her rent was $800. Initially started in the first lease as $750.
But at the last year was $800?
That's correct.
Where were you moving to?
I was moving back home with my mother to help her out because she had just a few months previous to that and lost her husband, and I was
So
going
you
back.
were moving back with your mother?
Yeah.
How many people lived in the house?
Me, my 3 kids, and the other tenant.
You had 2 tenants in the house?
I had 2 adult tenants, yes.
Did the other tenant remain?
No, they moved into the property together and they moved out of the property together.
Is this someone that you are a friend
This is
to?
my cousin.
When you moved out in June, you received, according to your complaint, a notification that you should come out to see the house.
That's correct. When the defendant moved out of the property, I was notified by the
Did you do a walkthrough with the property manager when you moved out?
We did a walkthrough in May when it came out.
What day in June did you move out?
I moved out June 1st.
I would like to see a copy of the walkthrough.
They didn't give me no copy.
Do you have a copy of the walkthrough?
I do not. I just have photos of the walkthrough from the day she moved out.
May I see them?
Yes.
Who's writing on the walls?
My 8-year-old daughter.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
Who told her that that was an appropriate thing to do, to write on somebody else's walls?
Each time she done it, she was put on punishment for it.
This isn't a one-shot deal of her writing on the walls. She wrote on the walls often, at different times. Mm-hmm. Well, who was supervising her?
Who was supervising her?
That's
She
my
might be
question. You have the answer.
She might have been upstairs after she left the bathroom or whatever.
Show this to the defendant, please, and tell me who did that to the blinds.
Okay, these blinds, I see the pictures, and
Who did that to the blinds?
my same 8-year-old.
Who did this to the walls? Holes in the walls.
By me living there, I will take responsibility for the holes in the wall. Same person I just showed you about the other 2 is the same one who was doing all the damage.
What happened to the kitchen cabinets?
Okay, where you see the paint coming off at, they was painted gray, and by me cleaning the cabinets with bleach, the bleach, what they did was damage the cabinet, and the paint started coming off, and that's why the cabinets was like that.
You have communication from the property manager?
Yes.
I'd like to see it.
That was the afternoon of the walkthrough where
Could you please show this to the defendant?
he and the contractor took photos and also gave me the estimate amount of damages.
Is she living with you now?
Yes, yeah.
How does she and her children treat your property?
They treated all right.
Well, who taught her to treat other people's property like this?
Nobody.
Did you have the place fixed?
I have.
Do you have the receipts for me?
I do. Would you like the receipts or would you like I have a breakdown of everything?
Well, I would like the actual receipts. Did you re-rent the property or are you selling it?
The property has not been rented again because of the pest. So when she left the property, she left it infested with bed bugs, roaches, and mice. So on the initial visit to Ohio to take care of the property and restore it, we were not able to do any of the work on that initial visit because when we walked through, we had 5 contractors with us and at least a dozen mice scurried across the floor. We also noticed that there was a roach infestation. We called out the exterminator and then he advised us that there was also a bed bug infestation.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. We're finished. Ms. Sharp, it is your claim that Ms. Lopez actually scammed you out of money. She claimed to be an attorney. You turned over a trust to her that you wanted redone. You found out she was not an attorney, and you want your money back. In addition, she has papers that you claim belong to you, and those papers are the previous trust that you had that you wanted her to modify. First, do you have those papers?
No, ma'am.
Where are they?
They are in her possession. She refused to sign a certified letter. And I
Well,
have a certified letter stating
Well,
that
if she didn't sign for it, then they wouldn't have given it to her. If she refused to sign it, then you have to find out where they are.
I did contact the mail carrier, and they said that she kept possession of the letter, and it was a binder, and she just refused to sign
The document.
the document. She wrote refused.
Okay. How did you find her?
Yes, I met Ms. Lopez through a closed Facebook group that is set up for residents of Chino and Chino Hills.
You met her online.
Okay, I met her online
On
in a
Facebook.
Facebook group.
But you met her online on Facebook.
But anyway,
did she tell you what she did for a living?
I asked her what she did. She told me she did labor and HR matters. And then she also said, well, I also do wills and trusts.
And you said?
I said, oh, I'm actually looking to redo my living trust. And I asked her, was she an attorney or a paralegal? She told me she was an attorney. And I asked her how much it was going to be, but she said that she needed to...
And this was all done?
In a message.
In a message?
Yeah, on Facebook.
I'd like to see that.
Yes.
I specifically want to see the part where she says, I'm an attorney.
Okay.
Well, you clearly stated to her in this exchange that you were an attorney. You want to show me something
Yes, please.
that's different from this?
Absolutely.
I'd like to see it. Just show her this, please. Now, you clearly told her you were an attorney. This ad also says attorney at law, Lucy Lopez. That's you. It's the same person. Are you, in fact, a licensed attorney?
I am not a licensed attorney, and that email that I provided shows a thread that the founder of that Facebook group created, that advertising.
I don't care. You were having a conversation with her as a prospective client. She asked you, are you an attorney or a paralegal? And your response to her was, I am an attorney.
Ma'am, I also stated that Fred was the attorney, and I gave her the contact information right below.
Oh, she said, I need a civil attorney. You told her you were an attorney. That is not true. I thought maybe you just made a mistake, but you're a hustler.
I am not.
Oh, yes, you are, because you just said to me, I referred her to an attorney. And what she said in the line immediately preceding that is, I have a civil case and I need a civil attorney, because she asked you what you did and you told her, can you refer me to one? And I will certainly keep you in mind for my wills and trusts. And for the civil attorney, she referred you to a Fred.
There was a conversation prior to that.
Show me.
It was a
Show
it was
me.
It was a phone
Whatever
conversation.
money you took from her, you took under fraudulent pretenses that you're an attorney. You owe her. How much money did you send her?
$200 as a deposit. However, what I'm suing for...
I don't care what you're suing
Okay.
for. I want to know how much you sent her.
$200.
Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done. Thank you. What's your last name?
Derek Hanley.
That's your mother?
Yes.
And who is the gentleman with her?
Stepfather.
Okay. Are you part of this action?
Yes.
Great. And this is your girlfriend?
Right.
You have a child together
Yes.
who's 5 years old.
Yes.
What were you doing living with your mother and your stepfather?
Well, what happened was they had
Just listen to me.
Oh, okay, sure.
Wait, no.
Say.
You're going to tell him. There's only one attitude here. That's mine. You're going to tell me why you and your girlfriend, with a 5-year-old child,
Sure.
were living with your mother and stepfather when you went to live there, month and year. You're going to tell me that.
Okay. It was probably about 10 years ago, I would say.
10 years ago.
No, this recently.
Try not to speak to each other. You've been living with your mother and your stepfather for 10 years.
No, it started off 10 years ago,
What started off?
where I was living with them at a duplex house.
How long have you two been together? How long have you been living with your mother and your stepfather in the current residence before you got evicted?
We didn't get evicted, but
Just a shh. Did you just say to me we didn't get evicted?
Right.
Okay, good. So we didn't get evicted. You left on your own?
no.
How did you leave?
There was a false restraining order on us.
So you left because your mother and your stepfather got a restraining order
A
against
false
you?
restraining order, yes.
Okay. Now, when you were living with them, how much rent were you paying?
We started off probably
No,
paying-
not started.
Okay.
At the time that they got this restraining order and you were tossed out of the house, how long had you been living with them in the current residence?
Probably only 4 months.
Did you move there from the duplex?
Nope, from another place where we had our own.
So you had your own place?
Couple times.
So after the duplex, you were on your own for a while?
Right.
You, your girlfriend, and your daughter?
Right.
And then 4 months ago, you moved in with your mother and your stepfather?
Right.
Now, we're going to go back to the original question, why? It had to be for your economics.
Right.
Okay, because you needed a place to stay and you couldn't afford it.
No.
Well, otherwise, people usually don't go home to their mothers and stepfathers
Right.
if they can afford their own place. You know, it's like the migratory pattern of Jews. They go from New York to Florida. They never go back. Do you understand?
Yes, absolutely.
Good. So you don't go home to live. Is there something wrong with you? You don't go home to live with your mom unless you have to because of economics. So you were living on your own, the two of you, with your daughter, where?
In another town, a couple towns over. But
In
it
an
was
apartment,
just no,
or-
it was just a small bedroom.
So you were renting a room.
Right.
Were you working?
Yes.
Was your girlfriend working?
Yes.
So why did you move with your mother and stepfather?
Well, she has a third floor that's completely redone. It's got 15-foot ceilings. There's a bathroom. My daughter has her own bedroom. It's really nice. It was empty. It's been empty for the whole time we weren't there. She said, come back there. You know,
She said come back.
Yes.
Because it was much nicer than
It
where
was
you
much
were
nicer,
living.
right, yeah.
Okay, so she was nice to you. She said come back.
Right.
Move in with us.
Right.
Okay. And you did. So you were renting a room. So you took whatever you were living in the room.
Right.
And you moved into the third floor in your mom's house.
Right.
And I'm waiting.
And what had happened was we had lived there before and it didn't work out.
Just a second. But you went back to try it again because you needed it, because you were living in one room with your daughter.
You could say
And-
that, right, yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Not I could say that. That's what you're going to say. It didn't work out before living with your mother and stepfather, so you moved out.
Right.
But things got a little cramped. You were trying to move back, and your daughter is 5. She was going to a school.
Right.
And it was a better school where your mom lives. That's what you said in your
Yeah,
papers.
sure.
Right? That's what you.
Right.
I remember
Yes.
reading about it.
Okay.
So now you moved in, and 4 months later, she had to get a restraining order against you, or at least asked for one, because she wanted to evict you, but it was going to take too long, so she got a restraining order against you instead. Okay? Tell me what happened.
What had happened was I had just got home from work a week prior. We had called the cops on them, actually.
So you called the police on your mother and stepfather.
Right.
Now you're living in the house, not paying any rent.
No, I was paying rent.
How much?
I was paying $100 a week.
And you were up to date on your rent?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you what you wrote in your complaint. She also wanted us to save our money so we could find a place near them. She told us to pay $100 per month and we could stay for 1 year. We agreed and moved in. She took our door off the hinges because she tried to collect $100 weekly instead of monthly. You just told me that the rent was $100 a week.
That's what yeah.
But not in your complaint. In your complaint, you said it was $100 a month.
There was supposed to be no rent. She told me that we could save money completely when we were going to move there.
Would you show him this, please, Officer Bird? That's your signature.
Okay.
That's the girlfriend's signature.
Sure.
That's what it says.
Okay.
Yes.
So you came home from work and she told you she wanted the $100 a week instead of maybe $100 a month that you were giving them. And what happened?
Well, the week before, I said we had called the cops.
On them.
On them, right.
Because
she was just coming up there harassing us.
harassing you for what?
She just was.
Did she ask you for money?
No, she was just harassing us to do errands and stuff, as well as money. Yes, as well as money, just a bunch of stuff. We just didn't want to be bothered. She was coming right up there, you know. She left us notes as well. We have them here while we were staying there. Just crazy notes. It's just absolutely crazy, Your Honor. I know.
You're not stuck there like glue.
Right, exactly.
No, you weren't paying
we
the rent.
We were only there 4 months.
You weren't paying the rent you were supposed to pay. According to you, you were supposed to, according to what you just told me now twice, because I asked you twice.
Okay.
You were supposed to pay $100 a week, and here you said $100 a month. She came upstairs, she was harassing you. One of the things she was harassing you about was rent and money. Okay, so you called the police on your mother.
Right.
And then?
And then they came and said, you have to go through the eviction order if you want them out.
And then?
They said, leave us alone. Then I went to work the next week, 5 o'clock at night. I came home. We're upstairs, minding our own business. A knock on the door. I was like, what's going on? So I went down. It was a marshal saying she had to leave right this instant. 2 days later, I get served saying that I hit her. I never touched her.
Good.
Ever.
Now, where are you living?
We're living at a studio place.
Nice. Away from your mother.
Away from her, exactly.
Away from your mother. Very good. If you don't like living with your mother, move out. How old are you?
Exactly.
How old are you?
37.
37. Time to be on your own.
Right.
With your girlfriend.
Absolutely.
It takes you a long time to make up your mind. What stuff do you claim your mother kept from you? Because if the marshal came, the marshal allowed you to take stuff with you, and you were only coming from a room. Do you remember you told me that? So now I'd like you to tell me what stuff that your mother disposed of or kept from you.
It was a room with an attic where I had a lot of stuff. But I have pictures here.
When the marshal told your girlfriend to leave, did she leave?
Yeah, she had no choice.
Did she take your daughter with her?
Yes.
Where did she go?
We had to go to a hotel.
And did you, after that date, do you remember what that date was?
I believe it was around, I don't know.
5/16.
5/16.
After May 16th, pay careful attention, did you ever go back to your mother's house to get any of your property?
I went back once.
On what date?
Probably a week later.
23rd.
23rd.
And who did you go back with?
By myself, I called the police and they gave me
An escort.
an escort. Yes.
An escort. So you went back by yourself in your car
Yes.
and you took property from there.
What I could take in a little car, yeah.
We're talking about on the 23rd, Mr. Handley. You were there with a police escort. Did anybody prevent you with the police escort? Because I call the police
Sure,
to find
sure.
out. Did either your mother or your stepfather prevent you from taking anything else that belonged to you on the 23rd?
No, they didn't prevent me, but I noticed some stuff was missing.
The case is dismissed. We're done. This Plaver, the defendant was your tenant
Yes.
in a house that you currently have listed for sale?
Yes.
And it is your claim that she damaged the house. You want some $2,500 for the damage. When did you purchase the house?
I bought the property in July 2014, and I lived in the home for 3 months, and then I ended up renting the home in October.
Why?
Because the commute was too far. I worked downtown, and so the drive was too much.
Well, the house didn't move and downtown didn't move. You mean you didn't make that trip before you bought the house?
No.
Okay. You purchased it for how much?
I bought the home for $118,000,
And when did the defendant move in?
October 2014.
Why didn't you put it up for sale in October?
I just purchased the home. I only owned it for 3 months. I did not want to turn around and sell it. I wanted to keep it as my retirement.
What changed your mind?
What changed my mind is I had a hard tenant that cost me a lot of money, and I could not afford to keep it and pay taxes after dealing with repairs.
So the house needed a lot of repairs.
Yeah.
What kind of repairs did it need?
The garage door was broken. I had missing garage door openers. They rekeyed.
No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about what repairs had to be done with the house that had nothing to do with the defendant.
When I purchased it, none.
What about the leaks outside?
The leaks outside happened after she moved in. She complained that the hose on the outside was leaking and causing her water bill to be rising, and so I kept sending a handyman out there. He actually put a repair kit on it, and he provided receipts. I have invoices, and when she claimed that it was leaking, he kept going out and saying that there's nothing.
Okay. And what did you put it on the market for?
Because it,
No, what? For what amount?
I put it on for $139,900.
In what month did you put it on the market?
I want to say beginning of September.
And on what date did you move out?
I moved out of the home in the month of,
I moved out August 8th,
What was the rent you were paying?
$1,000 a month.
You moved in what month?
October 15th, 2014.
You paid your rent.
Correct.
There's no indication that she did not pay her rent, correct?
correct.
Okay. And you moved to evict her in July.
Yes.
What reason did you give her for wanting her out of the premises?
Since the time that she moved in, I had multiple complaints from the neighbors, and also a landscaper refused to go back to the house, saying that people were offering him drugs, and I just had an agreement with her that she was going to move her daughter in for an additional fee of $300, and then when it came time to pay up, she didn't pay, and she made every excuse why not to pay, and so I just got an attorney at that point.
So she wanted to add a tenant.
Right. But the tenant was more than just her daughter. It was her daughter, her daughter's boyfriend, and then her daughter's daughter, and I don't even know if it was truly her daughter.
But she asked you before that happened.
Just for the daughter, not the boyfriend and the baby.
Got it. Okay. Did you have a lease agreement with her?
Yes.
And the lease agreement provided for who to live there?
The husband, the wife, and 3 minor children.
Okay. And this was the daughter that you wanted to move in. Her boyfriend and the baby were not among those children. Is that correct?
I only asked for my daughter and her baby to move in, and no, they were not among those children.
Okay. And did they, in fact, move in?
She'd given me verbal permission, so yes.
Did you also have an agreement to pay more rent?
At that time, the lease was not modified. We were in the process of dealing with modifying the lease.
You mean to pay more rent?
Correct.
Well, it would seem to me that you do that simultaneously, that you say, I want another family to move in, and she says, fine. fine, but your rent is going to be increased by such and such an amount. That's not something that you do. You can move the new family in, but we can worry about the additional rent later. That doesn't make sense. Did you agree to pay her an additional $300 a month?
In the beginning, yes.
Did you ever pay the $300
No.
a month? And how many months did your daughter and her baby and maybe the boyfriend live there?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. And that was in what month?
May.
Anybody else move into the house?
No, that's at the time it was my daughter and my grandson. Nobody else had lived with me.
Nobody else, just you and the people who were basic to the lease.
Correct.
You have any proof otherwise?
In the month of April, she asked to add on her daughter, so her daughter's been staying since April.
She said she moved out in May. Do you have any indication that the daughter did not move out in May?
Yes, I do have an indication that her daughter did not move out in May. I have a rental application that she applied for her daughter to move in May 17th.
The middle of May?
Yes.
But she said she moved out in May, and she was there only 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what
Correct,
you
Your
said?
Honor.
May I see pictures of the damage, please?
Yes.
Well, this isn't damage, this is garbage.
Okay.
And is what you're showing me the broken screen?
Broken screen, yes.
How did the screen get broken?
Is it the screen door, Your Honor?
No, it's a screen on the window that's down.
One of my kids probably took it off.
How old are your children?
I have a 8, 11, and 13, but I can't tell you 100% the screen was on the window either because we never did a walkthrough at the house when I rented it.
What is this a picture of?
Left behind TV and speaker.
Okay, this also comes under the category of garbage, so I assume you have a bill for garbage.
Yes.
What is this a picture of?
That sink was loose. It pretty much just had to be repaired.
So this is nothing. And what is this?
Broken blinds.
That's $20. What are you showing me here?
The yard at one point had a rock walkway, and so the grass had pretty much grown to my knees. My landscapers charged me a lot to get it back to what it used to look like, so I have before and after. Mice were flying
This is
out of
the
the
same
yard when they
screen?
were cleaning it.
What is this?
Damaged walls, missing outlet covers, stains on carpet
This is the leak?
that she claimed was there.
That's something that she would do. And this is also a missing socket. Okay. The only thing that I'm entertaining from you, Miss Plava, is as follows. I'm entertaining a bill for cleaning out the trash that she left behind. That I want to see. Everything else is nonsense. May I see it, please?
Well, my landscaper hauled off some stuff and my handyman hauled off some stuff, but I can show you that.
Yes, fine.
Okay.
Did your lease provide that you had to maintain the yard?
Your Honor, I actually have a text message saying that she was going to have somebody come out and maintain the weeds.
The answer is either yes or no. Did your lease provide that you had to maintain the yard?
No.
Is that correct?
It does say that the tenant's responsible of the yard work.
For the yard work, I'd like to see that. Did either you or any other member of your family ever take care of the yard while you were
Yes,
there?
Your Honor.
Who?
My husband and my son.
What did they do?
They mowed it and they weed eated it.
You have a photograph of it?
No, I do not.
Well, this doesn't look as if it had been mowed or weeded in a very long time.
When was that picture taken?
I don't know.
That's
but-
not grass right there, Your Honor, in the picture that you're looking at. It's the side where it's the walkway, and I have a text message saying she was going to take care of that.
I'd like to see that. This is the picture I'm talking about.
That's the side walkway. There has never been grass there, Your Honor. And the top text message says she was going to have somebody come over to spray for weeds. And I think that text message was May.
April.
April, and she had somebody come
Do you have
out
someone
and,
that can unlock the gate so I can have the landscaper spray the weeds?
and nobody ever came until August, 2 days before I moved
Not
out.
true.
Not urgent. Okay. Anything else you want to tell me?
Well, I am a realtor. I understand the value of real estate, keeping up on the property. It was my intention to keep that home as a rental. I've been forced to sell because of all the expenses. I know that I would just like to get paid back for some of the fees.
Can I
that
see the
think-
bill for the screens?
I did get an email estimate, but I am not able to pull it up from my phone. I could do it from a computer, but it
Not
was
my-
$330.
That wouldn't be my problem, that you can't bring me the evidence. $250 to haul the trash is, I think, a reasonable figure, and $250 for the windows, for the screens. You have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim is for money owed for security deposit and moving expenses. Did you keep her security deposit?
Her deposit was $800 and $400 was non-refundable.
What's that mean, 400 non-refundable?
It's not refundable. she doesn't get that back.
Well, what do you do with it?
Well, I don't charge first and last month's rent. So in the event that she doesn't pay last month's rent like she did, I keep it.
Did she pay last month's rent?
No.
Okay, so she didn't pay $1,000?
No.
And she lived there?
Yes.
Oh, well, then you don't get your security deposit back. Did you pay your last month's rent?
I did not live there, ma'am. I moved out early.
What date did you move out?
I moved out August 6th. Or August 8th, sorry.
August 8th. So you were there the month of August. Did you pay the August rent?
No, I did not stay.
Well, then you don't get your security deposit back. Absolutely right. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. Your counterclaims dismissed. That's all. Thank you. Mr. Rose, Mr. Mendoza runs a store, a dollar sort of store.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of inexpensive little things. And based upon what I read in your complaint, you frequented that store. You went in
Yes.
there. And you walked in one day and you saw that your picture was up in the store, and the picture suggested that you were a shoplifter,
Yes, ma'am.
and you want to be compensated for that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, do you have a photograph for me or something to show me of the poster that you saw and when you saw it?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a video, actually. It has no audio on it, just video. And if I could, I want to explain, it wasn't just one day I walked in. Actually, it was a day or two after Christmas of last year, December 2015. I came in the store and I had words with the gentleman in the white shirt. I think his name is Caesar. It was about a cigar that they were selling for $1.50 for, and it, you know, it says 2 for 99 cents on it. And we got into some type of verbal altercation. And then I came back 2 or 3 days later for some incense or candles, and I saw it directly as soon as I walked in the store, shoplifter.
Okay. So what you feel precipitated putting up this photograph was the argument that you had had with Mr. Mendoza's employee. That is your employee, sir?
Yes.
Okay, because you raised an issue that they were overcharging for cigars that on the package said 2 for $1. They were selling them for $1.50 a piece.
Exactly.
Okay. Stand up, sir. Your last name is?
Mendoza?
Are you related?
Yes, he's my brother.
You remember having that discussion with Mr. Rose?
Yeah, that's happened like March 15.
It happened in March?
That's incorrect.
You think it happened sometime in December?
I'm certain it happened sometime.
And you're certain it happened March 15?
March 15 at 4:15 p.m.
And I assume that that tape is going to show that to me.
Let me explain to you. The
No,
tape
because you're pretty adamant about the date
for
and the
the
time.
date of the.
Okay, so you're going to show me something that you
Sure.
took in December of 2015.
I think it was January. It was a couple days after the
Okay,
initial verbal
fine.
altercation. And this is the beginning of it. I was just walking up into the store so I could show you where they were displaying it. As soon as you walk in the store, it's right here.
Right where?
I'm zooming in on it right
got
there,
it.
and I happen to be that person right there screaming, because that's when they took the picture of me when I was screaming at them right there with the baseball
Is that
hat
just a
on.
second? Is
You can see
that-
her clear on my phone, Your Honor.
I'd like to take a look at it on your
Sure,
phone,
sure.
sir, because I can't see it clearly there.
Yeah, there was never any incident of me stealing anything from the store.
Just a second.
And Your Honor, they're not arguing that. I'm sorry.
Do you say that you can see your face in this?
Yes, Your Honor. That's me. It's a picture, and they're not arguing that it's not me.
Okay, I'm just telling you that based upon, I can't see that in here.
Oh, okay.
I can't see that. I see a woman, I see the back of 2 people. It's not clear enough for me to see it. But you don't deny that you put up his picture.
I don't deny it. No.
Okay, fine. Now, what you're going to do is show me, because certainly if you put up his picture and he was never prosecuted for theft.
We
Was he
called
ever
the police.
Was
We called the police that day of the incident. Let me explain what happened that day. He walked into a store and asked for a cigar that it cost $1, not $1.50. That's his first lie. It's pre-priced $1.99. We sell it for $1 at the door. So normally when you walked into a store.
No, don't tell me normally. Just tell me what happened.
Okay, he asked for a cigar, $1 cigar. My brother put him on the counter. He grabbed the cigar and threw 33 cents and walk out. If that's not stealing, how do you call that? There's no other way to say.
Just a second.
No, it didn't.
And do you have that on tape?
We don't have that on tape. No. That was back March 15, and we didn't keep that much evidence on our record. It's just way too much memory on my computer. We have only the picture that we put up there.
From March 15?
From March 15.
Let me just take a look at it, please.
And also, Your Honor, we have.
Just a second. Is this a picture of you, Mr. Rose, arguing with somebody?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you at the counter?
Yeah. I was there.
You were there. Do you want to tell me exactly what happened when Mr. Rose came in?
Yeah, he came and I want to explain to you first. I don't speak good English, but he came and asked for cigars. I gave it to him, I put it on the counter. When he threw at me 33 cents, he walked away. I told him, hey man, this is $1. What? It's not $1. He started to argue
with you.
And say, hey, if you don't want it, just leave over there. You don't have to argue with me. And no, can you overcharge me, sir? The price is on the. It's printed. It's printed on the cigars. And he has tried to argue with me. He's tried to fight with me. You know, he said, hey,
no, he was argumentative. You could see it from this.
He can explain to you better what's going on that day because he saw the video.
He spat on his face. He
He spat on my face. He spat on my face.
That's total lie.
It makes some threats.
It
That's
makes
the
some
reason why
threats.
we call the police, and we have the police report.
May I see the police report,
Yes.
please? So after this incident, you called the police?
Yeah, we called the police.
Okay, I'd like to see the police report. Do you have a copy of the police report, Mr.
Well,
Rose?
No, I've never heard of it, Your Honor.
March 15th.
Exactly, 4:15 p.m.
You have any proof, sir, that this happened in December?
Well, the incident that I'm referring to happened in December, Your Honor.
Well,
I've
there was another incident in March.
I don't even know what he's referring to. I've never spat on
Okay,
him.
well, this is you.
Yes.
You clearly had an argument with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And do you have any proof that the incident that you described occurred in December? Is there any proof that you have that it occurred in December? Does your phone indicate that it occurred in December?
On the recording, when I recorded it?
Yes, it should if it's in December.
May I?
If it's in December, that would be very relevant to me.
I don't know how I would see the date on there.
You have no proof.
Your Honor, it doesn't show a date on here at all. My witness can attest that when this incident happened that I'm telling you about, like days after I had the altercations when I walked in the store and saw this picture up, this has just been happening since December. I've been going to this store. I live a block from the store.
Yeah, but you were arguing, listen to me, you were arguing with this gentleman in this picture. Clearly, you are furious, Mr. Rose, in this picture, okay? Why you get furious over a cigar, I have no idea. If they choose to charge $1 for a cigar that's worth 50 cents, you don't have to go in there and buy from him. But you were clearly furious.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, I was furious because he was cussing at me and trying to provoke me to fight with him.
Oh, please, Mr. Rose, that's ridiculous. Mr.
Okay,
Rose, that's
the
ridiculous.
truth, Your Honor.
According to you, and I read your case very, very carefully, you had been going to this store all the time.
Yes, I would know.
All the time. Nobody ever provoked you before, because otherwise, and you're not an unintelligent man, Mr. Rose, because if you were an unintelligent man, I would say, well, if somebody provokes you, who's not nice to you, you don't go to the store. But clearly, you never had a problem in the store before, so if you went and you had an argument over the price of a cigar, that doesn't actually require this. It requires, you know what? I'm not buying this cigar.
Well,
and you walk away. You say, I'll buy my cigar someplace else. What do you want?
Yeah, well, excuse me.
You weren't here.
No, I wasn't
Well,
there.
you weren't there because you're nowhere in the picture.
Right.
Sit down.
Okay.
And they think it's a joke. I mean, Your Honor.
No, I don't think it's a, Mr. Rose, I don't think it's a joke. But clearly an incident happened over a cigar that you wanted to purchase, that you got very excited over. This man says that what you did was take the cigar and leave with it and threw down what you wanted to pay for it, which was 33 cents. They called the police and made a report immediately. Now, the only other question that I'm going to ask, which may be dispositive, when, for the first time, did you decide to sue them? In what month and year?
September.
This September?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, your case is dismissed. We're done. I don't believe you. Mr. Hazelton, the defendant is your mother, and it is your claim that she had you falsely arrested a little over a year ago for both stealing her property and for assaulting your sister, who tried to intervene and prevent you from taking her television. That's what the case is about. You spent, according to you, 6 days in jail. You finally bailed yourself out, and you want to be compensated for that. That's
That
what
is
the case
correct,
is
Your
about.
Honor.
Okay. Prior to being arrested last year, when you were arrested on your mother's complaint, how many times had you been arrested before?
A bunch.
How many? More than a dozen?
I could say yes.
And were those, at least some of those arrests, drug-related?
No.
Were they alcohol-related?
No.
Were they physically related? Were they assault cases?
Some. But what does that got to pertain to this case?
Everything pertains to this case. Was some of them involving theft?
No.
Was some of them involving trespass?
No.
So they were all involving assault. More than a dozen cases. What I'm gathering now is information. So of the more than a dozen arrests you had, none involved drugs, none involved alcohol, none involved theft, none involved trespass, all involved assault. Is that a yes or a no?
That's a no.
What else did they involve other than assault?
I'm just talking about this case, Your Honor.
I'm talking about who the
I'm
party...
going to talk about this case at hand. If you don't want to discuss this case, then we can just dismiss it.
Great. Then I'm dismissing it. Thank you very much.
All right,
We're
thank
done.
you. You have a good day.
Mr. Hazelton, Officer Byrd tells me that you have had second thoughts about answering the court's questions, and you're asking me to reconsider the dismissal of this case. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So then let's get back to where I was questioning you before. According to your answers previously, you've been arrested at least a dozen times, none involving drugs. Is that correct?
That is correct.
None involving alcohol.
That is correct.
None involving burglary.
That is correct.
None involving theft.
That is correct.
All involving assault.
That is correct. 3 times.
So of the more than dozen times you've been arrested, it is as a result of either temper or a mental illness, if it wasn't drug or alcohol related.
No, my anger gets the best of me.
Well, that's an uncontrollable...
It's an uncontrollable issue.
For which you've been or not been in treatment.
Not.
Is it correct, Miss Hazelton, that your son never had either a drug or an alcohol problem?
Alcohol.
In October of 2015, Mr. Hazelton, how were you supporting yourself?
By working.
For whom?
Green Star Lawn Maintenance.
How long have you worked for them?
For 38 years off and on.
Are you working for them now?
Yes.
Full time?
Yes.
In the same location?
Yes.
Is that correct?
I think so.
Do you remember on what day you were arrested?
Yeah, I was arrested on May 6, 2015.
Where?
In Henry County.
Is that where you live?
I lived, yes.
What time were you arrested?
About 12:20.
In the morning?
In the morning, yeah.
And you were at home?
I was at home, right?
And you were arrested on the complaint of your mother and or your sister? Or just your mother?
I was arrested on my mother and sister's complaint stating that I walked in an unlocked door, used the restroom. Upon leaving the restroom, stole the TV out of my mom's room, hit my sister 3 times in the face, and left with the TV.
Okay. You're the sister?
No.
Where is the sister?
She's passed away.
Were you at home that day?
No.
So the sister that you allegedly assaulted is no longer here?
No.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
And I gather from your answer that you were not at home when this took place.
No.
Did you have a conversation with your daughter when you got home?
She was holding an ice.
Just a second. Did you have a conversation?
Yes.
At what time did you get home on, it would be the 5th
Right.
of May? What time did you get home?
Between probably 9:30 and 9:45, I was playing bingo.
And at that time, Miss Hazelton, who did you live with?
My daughter lived with me.
How old was she?
Let's see.
She was 52.
Shh.
Yeah, she was 50.
She was 50 then?
Yeah.
So when you came home, it was 9:30, 9:45, and tell me first what you saw.
I saw her holding an ice pack on her face, and I asked her what happened. And she said, Glenn came here to use the bathroom, so she let him in. And in the process of using the restroom, he came out with my 32-inch TV, and she went to stop him, and he hit her in the face. That's what she told me. And I was only in the house maybe 5 minutes before the police were knocking on the doors.
Had your daughter called the police?
Yes.
Okay, so she had called the police before you even got home.
Oh, yes.
Do you have the police report?
No, I don't have that.
Do you have the police
Yes, I do.
report? I'd like to see it, sir.
Okay.
Just the police report.
It's right there.
You do know that these reports indicate that you were totally uncooperative, had to be placed in a hood, a spit hood, had to be put in an isolation area.
Excuse me,
Are
Your
you
Honor.
telling me that you were not high on some sort of drug or alcohol that night when they came to your home to arrest you?
Excuse me, Your Honor. Let me first say this.
I asked you a question, Mr. Hazelton. We had
no,
an
I was
agreement.
not high. No, I was not high. No, I was not on no drugs, okay?
Okay.
My actions speak louder than words. I was arrested, hauled off to jail, ripped out of my bed in my underwear, and you're telling me for a crime I did not commit, how would you react? And the charges were dismissed, not by the judge, by the public defender, the state's attorney, because I didn't steal the TV that my mom said. And my mother sat there and said she's seen me in a while. She hasn't seen me in 7 years. And it's just, or it came out of her in the police report. She states that. And my sister said 2 different signs. She said she came home in an ice pack, but there's no bruises or marks on her. I hit her 3 times. It's all a lie. And why don't they look in her question and call me and ask me, did I do this? They know where I live. You know? They're trying to give me 46 years for this TV. My life is a little more than 46 years, okay? Or acting out in jail or whatever. I didn't do it, and this is the reason I'm suing my mother. I'm out $2,500. I could have gone after her for penal stolen damages.
Your case is dismissed, Mr. Hazelton. You have no case against your mother. We're finished here. Ms. Parrish, Ms. Williams is your sister.
Yes.
Older sister, younger sister?
Older.
How old are you?
21.
And you?
23.
You claim a loan to your sister.
Yes.
A loan that you gave her $400 in March of this year.
Yes.
You needed something for rent or her bills or whatever. It's really not urgently important because Ms. Williams acknowledges that you made a loan to her in the amount of $400 in March, correct?
Right.
So you needed money, you asked your sister, she helped you.
Yes.
You didn't pay her back in March, didn't pay her back in April.
No.
Right? And didn't pay her back in May. Your defense to this is that your sister vandalized your car.
Yes.
She vandalized your car with a rock. She got angry with you. You'll tell me about it. And you have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim is for the damage to your car. I'm sure you have pictures and an estimate, and that the damage far exceeds the amount of the loan.
Right.
Okay. We know that you are owed $400. Do you remember this incident that your sister is talking about in May?
Yes.
And that was towards the end of May of this year?
Mm-hmm.
You remember what date it took place?
The 27th.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
Well, she came up to my boyfriend's house and like she was honking, and then I went outside and then she came at me because me and her boyfriend kissed at a party, and she pushed me, like I got out of the way, and then she picked up a rock and tried to throw it at me, and then I moved and she hit her own car.
So she picked up a rock and threw it at you, and you say she caused the damage to her own car.
Yes.
Listen.
That doesn't make any sense. I was standing by my car, so how would I have thrown the rock in my own car?
So tell me what happened.
When I got out, she came over there. We're arguing back and forth.
She came over to...
She walked like toward the car. She was standing like by the driveway.
Okay. You went to her house.
Her boyfriend's house.
Where she was staying.
Right.
And you knew that she was there. What did you go there for?
To confront her for what she did.
Well, you didn't see what she did, but I assume you heard what she did.
My boyfriend admitted to it. So that's why I went over there to confront her.
So you went over to your kid sister's house because you thought she was fooling around with your boyfriend, who confessed to you that he was fooling around with your sister.
Right.
By the way, what did you say or do to your boyfriend?
Well, that's a different story. We got into it before I went over there. But at the end of the day, that's my sister, so I would have took more from her. So that's why I went to go confront her.
Well, that's true. So you expect nothing from your boyfriend so that you're not disappointed.
I was more than disappointed with him, but I was more disappointed with her because that's my sister.
I don't disagree with you. I think that that's probably logical, that you would expect more from your sister than you would do from a boy. Because how old are you? No morals. They think with a different organ than most people. But I can understand it. So you went over there to your sister's house where she was staying, and you drove there. What did you do?
I started honking the horn, and then she came out. And
so she came out of the house, and you are where?
By my car. I walked around it, so I'm by the back door.
And then what happened?
We're going back and forth, yelling, calling each other names. She got mad because I told her that I would sleep with her boyfriend because of what she did. So that's when she threw the rock. And I ducked, not ducked, but moved out the way, and then it hit the car.
Well, you really didn't mean that when you said that.
No, I wouldn't.
Because that would be really stupid.
Yeah.
Then you would be the fool, right?
Right.
Have you spoken to each other since?
No.
Okay. Can I see photographs of the car, please? What kind of rock caused this damage?
Like a little boulder. It was like a large rock. Like there's like a little garden and there's rocks around it, and that's the one she grabbed.
Do you have an estimate for fixing it?
Yeah.
$816. Minus $400 is $416. So you lost the loan, and she's getting her car fixed. Judgment on the counterclaim in the amount of $416. We're finished. Thank you. So now we're in September. In September, did he give you a check?
So what happened was on August 30th, I was alerted by the bank that my husband withdrew $1,472, funds that were not supposed to be touched. Our lawyers said, do not touch that money.
Was that in a joint account?
Yes.
Stand up. Did you withdraw $1,472 from a joint account?
Yes, ma'am.
For what?
Because she was transferring money, utilizing that money for other things. And before it all disappeared, I said, I'm withdrawing half of what was mine, half of the money that was in there.
Just a second. You had an agreement with your respective lawyers not to touch a pool of money. I think we're not going back here years of separation. So at the end of June, how much was in that account, Mr. Cole?
The end of June?
Yeah, when you left.
Nothing. Nothing.
Zero.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything.
Zero. Okay. And who put money in there in
It was a
July?
tax refund. Tax refund.
So a tax refund came in.
Correct.
In what month?
August, I believe. Yeah, August. We were in court.
So in
September.
August, tax refund went directly into the account.
Yes.
In what amount?
Just under $6,000.
So $6,000 went into the bank in August. Do you remember what date in August?
No.
Do you remember what date in August, Mrs. Cole?
I think it was between August 8th and August 10th of 2016.
And on what date did you draw out $1,472?
Towards the end of the month.
Now I want you to think very, very carefully, Mr. Cole. During that 2-week period, because you said you drew out this $1,472 because your wife, who has custody of your 3 children, was using that money for other things. I would like you to itemize the other things she was using the money for so that you felt entitled to take out $1,472.
I don't know exactly what it was for.
I mean, was she using it for... Just a second. Did you see money coming out for a spray tan or for breast augmentation?
No.
Then I'd like you to tell me what other things there were that you triggered in your mind an entitlement to remove funds from an account that a judge had said to you, don't touch.
It was the attorneys that said don't touch.
Fine, attorneys.
Okay.
Yours and hers.
And she was taking money out of the account. And
Just
before
a second.
it
Just
disappeared.
a second. Well, so then you've changed your statement. Your first statement is she was taking out money out of the account for things that she shouldn't take money out of the account for. Okay? So now you're not saying that she shouldn't have taken money out of the account for frivolous things. It could have been for other things, but you don't know what they were. So I'd like you to tell me how much money she took out of the account.
It was probably in the realm of
No,
a few
no.
hundreds of dollars.
No. You went against an agreement with your attorney and you took out an odd number, $1,472. Now, she looks like she's got everything written down very, very carefully. You are standing there with your mother with nothing in front of you. Is it correct that in the month of July, you didn't send $1,400 for the support of your children, you sent $800 for the support of your children?
No.
How much did you send for the support of your children in the month of July?
I don't have that paperwork in front of me.
Well, where did you think you were coming today? To the
we
beach?
were coming to.
Just a second. Where did you think you were coming? You were coming to the beach? No, this is all leading up to what happened on the date that your former wife, and I'm not usually, if you ever watch this program, you understand, I'm an ecumenical abuser. If I think that she did the wrong thing by going to your mother's house because something was wrong with a check, I'll let her have it. But right now, I'm not getting a good vibe from your side. Because first, you tell me that you touched money that you weren't supposed to touch because she was using it for things she shouldn't have. That triggers in my mind, if I didn't ask the next question, going to get gels on her nails instead of supporting your 3 children who are 15, 13, and 11, okay? And you can't support 3 goldfish on $1,400 a month. Do you understand? Ms. Hill, you're the owner of a rental property that the defendant was renting from you since 2015.
Correct.
What kind of rental property is it?
Single family home.
Do you own the home?
I do.
When did you purchase it?
In 2012.
Did you purchase it as a rental property?
I did not. I lived in the residence before renting it to the defendant.
Who did you live there with?
My daughter.
And why did you move out?
I was relocated for work, so I moved to Florida.
How much did you pay for the house?
I bought the house from an auction for about $13,000.
And did you put any money into it?
I did. I put about $20,000 into the home.
And you lived in it after you purchased it and after you renovated it with your daughter from 2012 to 2015 when you leased it to the defendant.
That is correct.
So it was renovated in 2012.
That is correct.
Is your claim that when the defendant moved out, she left extensive damage in the house? The defendant says there wasn't extensive damage. Whatever was there, it was normal wear and tear. So do you have photographs of the house from when you moved out?
I do not.
Tell me when the defendant moved out.
June of 2017.
And she notified you she didn't want to renew her lease?
She notified the property manager at the time.
How much was rent?
Her rent was $800. Initially started in the first lease as $750.
But at the last year was $800?
That's correct.
Where were you moving to?
I was moving back home with my mother to help her out because she had just a few months previous to that lost her husband, and I was.
So you were moving back with your mother?
Yeah.
How many people lived in the house?
Me, my 3 kids, and the other tenant.
You had 2 tenants in the house?
I had 2 adult tenants, yes.
Did the other tenant remain?
No, they moved into the property together and they moved out of the property together.
Is this someone that you are a friend
This is
to?
my cousin.
When you moved out in June, you received, according to your complaint, a notification that you should come out to see the house.
That's correct. When the defendant moved out of the property, I was notified by
Did you do a walkthrough with the property manager when you moved out?
We did a walkthrough in May when it came out.
What day in June did you move out?
I moved out June 1st.
I would like to see a copy of the walkthrough.
They didn't give me no copy.
Do you have a copy of the walkthrough?
I do not. I just have photos of the walkthrough from the day she moved out.
May I see them?
Yes.
Who's writing on the walls?
My 8-year-old daughter.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
Who told her that that was an appropriate thing to do, to write on somebody else's walls?
Each time she done it, she was put on punishment for it.
This isn't a one-shot deal of her writing on the walls. She wrote on the walls often, at different times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who was supervising her?
Who was supervising her?
That's
She
my
might be
question. You have the answer.
She might have been upstairs after she left the bathroom or whatever.
Show this to the defendant, please, and tell me who did that to the blinds.
Okay, these blinds, I see the pictures, and
Who did that to the blinds?
my same 8-year-old.
Who did this to the walls? Holes in the walls.
By me living there, I will take responsibility for the holes in the wall. Same person I just showed you about the other 2 is the same one who was doing all the damage.
What happened to the kitchen cabinets?
Okay, where you see the paint coming off at, it was painted gray, and by me cleaning the cabinets with bleach, the bleach, what they did was damage the cabinet, and the paint started coming off, and that's why the cabinets was like that.
You have communication from the property manager?
Yes.
I'd like to see it.
That was the afternoon of the walkthrough where
Could you please show this to the defendant?
he and the contractor took photos and also gave me the estimate amount of damages.
That's not true with that picture.
Is she living with you now?
Mm-hmm. It's here.
How does she and her children treat your property?
They treat it all right.
Well, who taught her to treat other people's property like this?
Nobody.
Did you have the place fixed?
I have.
Do you have the receipts for me?
I do. Would you like the receipts or would you like I have a breakdown of everything?
Well, I would like the actual receipts.
Okay.
Did you re-rent the property or are you selling it?
The property has not been rented again because of the pest. So when she left the property, she left it infested with bed bugs, roaches, and mice. So on the initial visit to Ohio to take care of the property and restore it, we were not able to do any of the work on that initial visit because when we walked through, we had 5 contractors with us and at least a dozen mice scurried across the floor. We also noticed that there was a roach infestation. We called out the exterminator and then he advised us that there was also a bed bug infestation.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. We're finished. I always get nervous when I see people with a whole lot of papers in front of them, especially people who have been in an ongoing custody problem for 2 years. So I'm going to simplify this for you because sometimes in this job I have to handle cases that I know absolutely nothing about historically. I know everything about this case, despite the fact I've never seen you. The 2 of you were together, you had a child, and you separated in 2015. And since that time, there has been an ongoing acrimonious relationship which culminated just recently in a custody decision. So far, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. And the custody decision was something that you didn't like because it awarded Mr. Kittle, according to what I read, 50-50 custody. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is something that you did not initially agree to.
It's okay with me that the decision was
That's
made.
not what I said. I said you did not initially agree with it. The answer is, if you initially agreed with it, it wouldn't have been in court for how long?
It's a year and a half, so almost
A year and a half. Because if you would agreed with, is it a boy or a girl?
A boy.
If you would agreed with your sons spending half the time with each parent, you wouldn't have been in court for a year and a half. That a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. So now, this is what your lawsuit is for. First of all, how old was your son when you separated?
2.
2.
And I'm not going to ask Ms. Kraft this question because she didn't give me a truthful answer when she swore to her complaint. How long were the two of you living together prior to separating?
3.5 years.
That is untrue, Judge.
What?
That is untrue.
I read what you wrote here. Mr. Kittle,
Yes,
when
ma'am.
your son was born, was Ms. Kraft living with you?
Yes, she was.
Was his birth a natural birth?
Yes,
Who took her to the hospital?
I did.
Not her mother.
No, not her mother.
You did.
Yeah, I didn't even know she said that.
Just a second.
I'm sorry.
Just a second.
Okay.
You did.
Yes.
I never said my mother took me. We were on our way to a barbecue at his father's house that day.
Listen to me. I don't believe a word of what's in your papers. Do you understand? You said, I never lived with him. I always lived with my mother, but all my things and my son's things were at his house just because.
Not all my things.
Let me see.
Some of my things.
Just a second. What you said was, Christopher and I dated for 4 years, have a 3-year-old son. We never lived together, but I was keeping my and my son's stuff there, furniture, TV, toys, etc., at his house because I was living with my mother.
Because we were planning on moving in together and getting married and having a
I don't
family.
believe what you're saying. Anyway, 2 years later, you want all this stuff back.
I wanted it back
I'm not
from day
asking you a
one.
question. I told you I don't believe you. You just have to understand. I read it. I didn't believe it when I read it. And I for sure don't believe it now. Because there's no question. Son was born. He drove you to the hospital. Who took her home from the hospital?
I did.
Of course.
I have a
And when
text-
you...
Sorry.
I'll get to you. I mean, if you want to make a fool of yourself, you can do that. I'll be more than happy to let you do that. When you took her home from the hospital with your son, was there a room ready for your son?
Yes.
Was there a crib there?
Yes.
Who bought it?
Her aunt bought the crib.
Her aunt bought the crib.
Right.
And had it delivered where?
To my house.
Her
That
aunt
is
who?
incorrect.
Her aunt who?
I don't remember her name. Her dad's sister. I don't remember her name. Laura, I think it is.
It was delivered to my house. It has the address, and I have a receipt with my address on it at my mother's house.
I don't care. I don't believe you. Neither did the family court judge. That's why he was awarded 50-50 custody.
I have a message from Christopher claiming that I never lived at his house.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Now, if that's your case, was there a trial with regard to custody?
Yes, ma'am, there was.
Each of you have an attorney?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
You have an attorney?
Yes.
How many witnesses did you call? Called yourself?
Yes.
Who else?
My mother.
Who else?
I think that was it. They also called police officers.
They called the police officers from an incident allegedly 2 years ago.
Yes.
And after the entire case, what happened to the temporary restraining order that you filed against him?
It got dismissed.
Dismissed.
Mhm.
Okay. And how many allegations did you file against him with the Department of Children and Family Services?
2.
And what happened with those cases?
I'm not sure. I think
Nothing.
they were, nothing.
Nothing. And the judge, after you filed those cases, awarded him half custody. What days do you have your son with you?
It was 5 or 6 DCFS reports, and I have my kid Friday. Every Friday we swap, so it's 50-50. So I pick him up at 6 p.m. on Friday, and then, vice versa.
And how long has that been going on?
Since she did the order of protection on me, so 2 years.
So that's been in effect for 2 years.
Yes. They consolidated both the custody and the order of protection to save us some money.
When was this final order delivered by the court after the
March
trial?
31st. The judgment you're talking about, the custody judgment?
I'd like to see it, please.
Okay.
And the order of protection ended November 18th, 2016.
And I highlighted with the juicy stuff.
And I never objected
I'm not
to
s-
the 50. Sorry.
These were the findings of the court after a full trial. Although the parties never married, they lived together for the first 2 years of life and were engaged to be married. They split up in the fall of 2015, and mother moved in with her mother. After this case was filed, a temporary order of protection which provided for week-on, week-off parenting time. So that's what the judge found. I didn't even read this. After a full trial, that's what the court found, that you and defendant lived together.
So it doesn't even matter that he admitted I never lived with him and I have that message?
Listen to me carefully. It matters to me what the court found after a full trial.
But we're not here about custody right now because it's still an open case.
I'm not listening to you. I'm reading. You have another child from another relationship who was living with whom when you were living with Mr. Kittle?
With me and my mother, and we'd stay
Okay,
the night
so
at
the
Mr.
child-
Kittle's house.
I can't get a straight answer from you. Who was the child living with?
With me.
Her older child.
Yes.
He was not. He was
I'm not
attending
listening to
school in
you.
Belleville. He doesn't have any proof that I was living with him either, and I have
Very
proof
good. Your
that I
case is
wasn't.
dismissed. Primarily because you didn't listen 3 times when I told you not to speak. But mostly because you have no case. And you better get used to the fact that when you make a baby with somebody, that baby has 2 parents.
I understand.
Not just, no, clearly you don't. Clearly you don't. Because after everything was done and you got a final custody decision, which I haven't even finished reading, but it was clear that the judge didn't believe a lot of what you said from my quick perusal of this decision. What happens, unless you learn to get along with each other and co-parent this child is, and I'm telling you from reading what little I did from this judge's order, he's going to end up with full custody of the child because this judge is not going to take nonsense from you. It's clear to me. I'm just telling you, this judge who heard your case is not going to take nonsense from you. If you find a reason to fudge with the custody arrangement, because this man is not giving up. And what happens in situations like this is if there is an obstreperous parent who undercuts another parent, what's going to happen is you're going to lose custody of this child. I just want you to understand. I'm giving you the benefit of my crystal ball. He's keeping all the stuff that's in his house.
Even though
the
I have
judge found
receipts.
I don't care if you have receipts. I don't care if you have toilet paper from here to Pluto. The judge found that you lived together and that you were unemployed since 2008. Do you want me to read the finding?
Yes, my mother bought
just
all the
right
items.
here.
I even have
Just-
bank statements.
Mother lives in Belleville with her mother, her brother, her 8-year-old son was born of a previous relationship. Mother is a student. She was last employed in 2008. So
a
that when you were
full-time
living with
student.
him, when you were living with him for 2 years, unless you had some other form of income, he was supporting you.
My mother.
Your case is dismissed.
He
Listen to me.
never-
Listen to me.
he
Her
never
case
supported
is
anything of mine.
dismissed.
I got to
Listen to me carefully. I read your counterclaim, which you would never have filed but for this ridiculous lawsuit that she filed.
No.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Because I
just wanted to be
have-
over.
What? You want it over.
Right.
I understand that, and you're right.
I just want my
She's-
property.
You can't have it. It's not yours.
It is mine. I
Your
have
case is
receipts for
dismissed.
it, and it
We're
was
done.
paid
Put her
for.
out.
Ma'am, you're excused.
You're withdrawing your counterclaim, correct? Yes, you are.
Oh, well, the
Perfect.
deductible. Can I just.
We're done.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Burns, this is your complaint. You had purchased a car.
Yes.
You were behind in the payments.
Yes.
Mr. Kimball owns a tow truck, and it is his job on behalf of lending institutions to repossess property that has not been paid for. So your car was parked either on the street or in your house.
Yes, in front of my house.
And this was September 25th last year. Neighbor came to you in your house and said, someone's taking your car. You got outside and you saw Mr. Kimball in his tow truck down the street with your car attached.
No.
Tell me where you saw his car.
I observed Mr. Kimball at the end, like a block away on the passenger side of my car, removing items. At the same time, I was talking to the police when the neighbor had came and got me. I live in a high crime neighborhood area, and first thing she said, it's a black tow truck, and they took your car and went and rolled off.
So the car was attached to the tow truck.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Now, at the time, you knew that you were behind in payments on the car.
Actually, I had spoken with the guy who
At the time, you were behind in payments on the car. You acknowledge it.
Yes,
here.
I knew I owed something.
Right. So, an intelligent man would know that if you were behind in payments on the car, they may come and get it. Not definitely, but they may come and get it. Well, that was what he was hired for. Who hired you to do this job?
Northwest Repossession.
Do you know who hired Northwest Repossession?
The company would be Quality Auto Sales.
Did you buy your car at Quality Auto Sales?
Yes.
Well, they're the people that hired his company to get their property back. So tell me what you did.
Okay, when I observed Mr. Kimball at the end of the block removing items, I caught him on the passenger side of my car. At the same time, I was talking to 911 because I figured my car was being stolen. I had spoke to the person who I previously bought the car from, and everything was fine.
I don't believe that, and you don't have that person here.
Okay.
Okay, because the person that you bought the car from hired his company to repossess your car.
Okay, at the same time.
Okay. So now, just tell me what you did.
Okay, I talked to the police. I asked him who was he. He never identified who he was.
Just a second. I want to know what you did. You ran to the end of the block where he was.
No, we drove to the end of the block and I observed him.
Who drove?
My wife did.
So your wife drove in her car?
Yes.
To the end of the block, and then what did you do?
I was on the phone with 911 and I told them that I see the guy right there.
Just a second. I didn't ask you what you told anybody.
Okay, I didn't do
what
anything. I approached him and asked him who was he.
Just a second. So you approached him?
Yes.
Where was he when you approached him?
The passenger side of the car.
And what did he say to you?
He didn't say anything. He just got up and ran around to the driver's side of the tow truck. And by me living in a high crime neighborhood area, if he would have told me who he was, the situation would have been ended. He didn't identify himself or who he was or who had sent him. It's normally known in my neighborhood. I just live in Chicago. High crime area, and they known for taking cars on tow trucks and driving off. You never find your car again. I asked him who was he. He never identified himself in a professional manner. So I proceeded to talk to the police. I'm like, he right here. He tried to run around and jump in the car. When he jumped in the tow truck, he tried to close the door, and I'm like, he never identified. I'm like, who are you? I'm steady asking him, who is he? He never said anything. So I'm telling the police. Next thing I know, he put the truck in drive and almost hit me with the tow truck. So I had to grab on to the handle. It's a safety bar on the side of the tow truck. When he drove off like in a high rate of speed. So I wasn't finna let him get out of my sight because he never identified himself. I feel if he would have identified himself.
I know that you said that already. What I'm hearing is, and reading,
yes,
that you wrote, you jumped on the sideboard.
Yes.
Okay, you jumped on the sideboard and held onto the sideboard.
Yes.
And he was driving off.
Yes.
At a high rate of speed.
Yes.
And then what happened?
He veered on the south side of the street, crashing into some parked cars with me stuck in between the doors.
Now you tell me your version, because we'll get to what the lawsuit is about, because he filed charges against you for assault.
Yes.
You say that they were false. Now he's going to tell me his version of the events. Go.
Hi, Your Honor.
Okay, you were hired, that's your job, to repossess property that hasn't been paid for.
Correct.
You got an order to pick up his car.
Correct.
Start from there.
Okay, so I picked the vehicle up, Your Honor. About 7 blocks away, I secured the vehicle.
How many blocks away from his house?
About 7 blocks.
Go ahead.
So as I was securing the vehicle to my tow truck, Mr. Burns came up to me, and he was very defensive.
Don't tell me what you thought about his posture.
Okay, he asked me, what were you doing? What are you doing?
And what did you say?
I said, sir, your car's up for repossession. He said, the car's not up for repossession. He got aggressive, started coming towards me. I backed up. I kept backing up, and I went in my truck. He said, put the vehicle down before I beat your, excuse my language. I told him I can't put the vehicle down until I close the door. He did not want to hear that. He stood on the running board. I put the vehicle on drive because it was already secure. I started driving at a slow speed. He grabbed onto the steering wheel, and then we had smacked into a car. Prior to this, before he had jumped on a running board, he hit me in my side about 2 or 3 times.
Where was he when he hit you in your side?
He's standing on the running board of the truck.
Okay, so he's standing on the running board of the truck, and you're inside the truck.
Correct, I'm sitting.
And he's standing on the running board.
Correct.
And how did he hit you?
He punched me to the side, so like in my ribs. So if I'm sitting here right now, and he's standing right here, he would hit me in my side.
Where was the car that he drove up in?
I have no idea, Your Honor.
You didn't see a car?
Well, he was parked in the street in the city streets, so every car is parallel parking. There's tons of...
From his house, he said his wife drove him to where you were.
Okay.
Did you see her?
When he approached, there was a female in the car, yes.
Did you see what she was doing as this was going on?
She was just sitting in the vehicle.
Now, when you say you secured the vehicle, what do you have to do to secure the vehicle?
You have to put a safety chain on the vehicle, so the vehicle, when you drive away, it doesn't fall off. So
Okay.
for safety
But you
features.
did, in fact, drive it away a certain,
Yes.
you said a few blocks.
Correct.
How was it attached to the tow truck then?
Well, because when you pick the vehicle up, it has claws, a mechanism that sits where the tires are. So it sits on the tow truck. You can continue to drive away, but you go to a certain distance to secure it. This way, when you're on the highway or something, you know, if it was to fall off, it's not going to hit somebody or et cetera.
Okay. So then you stopped, when you felt it was safe, you stopped to secure it.
Correct.
Do you have a police report?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to take a look at it. And do you have the work order to pick up
Yes,
the
I
car?
do.
I'd also like to take a look at that. Do you have any other police report?
No, this is all they gave me, ma'am.
Do you have any police report?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes.
Upon the accident, when the police arrived on the scene, I left in the ambulance because I was injured. And when I got there, they signed me out, and they came with that charge that he talking about that I hit him. That's what the officer said. Not the police officer, but the sergeant, because the other officers was like, man, we didn't even have time for this. You know, you should have left the scene. That's what the black officers, they was just saying all type of observe.
Just a second. Don't tell me what anybody said to you,
Okay.
Mr. Burns.
Okay.
You were wrong. You were wrong. He
ma'am.
had authorization to take, just pay attention.
Okay.
He had authorization to take your car. You had no business. You had no business to get on the running board of his truck to endanger him, other people that may be out there. I know you're shaking your head no. I know you're shaking your head no. Bottom line is, he had the right to have possession of your car. That's what this order says. He had the right to have possession of your car. You had no right to take control of his car by getting on the running board. And because you did that, you caused an accident. Miss Russell, did you and Mr. McNulty ever live together?
Yes, we did.
From when to when?
We lived together from September 1st to November 12th.
Of last year?
Yes, of 2016.
But that was after your daughter was born.
Yes, that's correct.
I'm talking about prior to her birth.
No.
And at the time that she was born, were you and the defendant still dating?
No.
When had you stopped dating?
In September of 2015.
Your complaint indicated, the first couple of lines, that Mr. McNulty did not know he had a child due to some, use the word mix-up, for the first 4 months of her life. Was that a mix-up because there was someone else who was originally named as the father?
There was. I was dating someone.
Okay. So there was someone else who was named as the father. And what prompted you to take another step towards finding that Mr. McNulty, who actually had a paternity test, was the father of the child?
He contacted me asking for it, paternity test.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Honestly, it was crazy how I found out about it. I just found out through a picture online, and I saw that the child looked like me, and I just kind of had this crazy hunch that it might be mine, so I contacted her and got the paternity test done. And
just a minute. When you contacted her, where was she living?
it was Lafayette, Indiana, which is about an hour and a half from me, almost 2 hours.
With whom?
Her sister.
And in what month was that?
I can't tell you exactly. I want to say it was around September.
So you're talking about September of 2016.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when you found out that this little girl was yours, according to what I read, you invited her to come to move into your house.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
I invited her to be closer to my daughter, and I told her that she could live with me until she got on her feet, found her own place. I wanted to be closer to my daughter, and I just wanted to be friends with her, co-parent.
Do you have any other children?
I do not.
Do you have any other children?
No.
And I assume you didn't have your own place to live?
Not at the time, no.
When you moved into Mr. McNulty's house, you have a house?
Yes, ma'am.
How many bedrooms are in the house?
3.
Your daughter had 1 bedroom?
Correct.
Did you have the other?
Yes.
And Mr. McNulty the third?
Yes.
So you were living there as 2 parents of a child. You were not a couple. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. Now, an incident occurred in September wherein you claimed that Mr. McNulty damaged your car, took your cell phone, and threw your property out.
He threw some of my belongings out, not all of them, and it was in November.
Would you like to explain to me, Miss Russell, why this man who actually tried, at least on the surface, tried to do everything in an appropriate fashion, contacted you to find out whether he had a child, bore the expense probably of a paternity test, found out that this was in fact his child, and you were, for all intents and purposes, homeless. You didn't have your own residence. He invited you to come to stay in his house, your own bedroom, because he wanted to, he uses the word co-parent, he wanted to be closer to his child. You want to tell me why he would do such dastardly things? You want to tell me what happened?
He came home with a woman, and I told her to leave, and she didn't know that there was a baby and another woman there. So she agreed to leave.
She didn't know there was a baby and another woman there?
Yes.
You mean you, the other woman?
Me and my child. She had no idea we were there, and she gladfully left.
Okay.
He, in a rage, headbutted me twice, threw me against a wall. I got away from him by pushing all I could away from the wall. And running to get my cell phone to call the police, which I did. The operator told me to go into the...
Don't tell me what the operator told you.
I went into my daughter's bedroom. There are no locks on any of the doors in the house, not even the bathroom. So I tried holding her door shut until the police arrived. And I was instructed to get out of the house.
Don't tell me what you were instructed to do.
Okay.
Just tell me what you did, what he said to you, what you said to him.
So I was able to get out of the house with our daughter, and the police came. They took our statements, and they instructed him
Don't
not...
tell me what they said unless you have a police report.
I do have,
I'd like
two.
to take a look at it. Well, it appears that from the police reports, at least, after speaking to you, that you did not report to the police that he head-butted you twice. What the police officer noted after conversation with you, that you told the female to leave. She stated that Corey became angry, pushed her, and put his forehead against hers. That's what the officer said.
That was incorrect.
That's what the officer said.
Mm-hmm.
She had no complaint of pain and no visible marks of abuse. She further stated she really didn't want him going to jail, but separated from her for the night. He argued with the police, probably a little drunk, but
I was
totally wrong.
more upset about getting kicked out of my own
wrong
house.
that you were being kicked out of your own house, where plaintiff neither pays any of the bills,
Yes,
nor
ma'am.
is it her home. However, you did separate to the extent that you slept it off in the garage.
No, negative, ma'am.
Where did you sleep?
I went to my buddy's down the street after the police officer told me to leave. He gave me the option to go to jail or leave, so I left.
Okay. Did you come back the next morning?
Yes, ma'am.
What time?
It was around 7:30.
Okay. And when he came back at 7:30, I want you to tell me what happened.
He never left. I saw him walk in through the garage, which he was sleeping in his sleeping bag in the garage.
Fine. So he was, but he didn't bother you. Whether he was sleeping at his friend's down the street or in a sleeping bag in the garage, he wasn't near you for the rest of the night.
He was instructed not to come into the house.
Listen to me carefully. Not to come into his own home. Mm-hmm. Let's move on. You have 3 complaints. Your complaint is that he took your phone.
Yes.
That he damaged your car. Mm-hmm. And that he has your stuff. I've read the police reports. So let me tell you what the police say you told them. The second police report indicates that you went to the police because he was still there. Mm-hmm. And when the police came back with you because you couldn't find your cell phone. And when you came back with a police officer who notes that Miss Russell advised that she wanted to gather a few things from the home and that she would be going to stay with a family friend. That was the next morning. Mm-hmm. Officer Vasquez went back to Miss Russell's residence and observed Corey had placed all of her belongings in bags outside of the residence. Miss Russell gathered what she could fit in her vehicle and advised she would need to come back later for the rest of the items. Miss Russell further advised that she noticed a dent in her 2007 Jeep Patriot and believed Corey may have done it, but wasn't for sure.
I was certain.
Just a second. That's what it says. Mm-hmm. Noticed a dent. She believed he might have done it, wasn't for sure. Miss Russell was able to leave the scene without incident. I want you to tell me, what proof do you have for the 3 things we're talking about? What proof do you have that he took your phone?
So when I went to sleep the morning of the incident, when he was supposed to leave the house, all of 3 of the bedroom doors in the hallway were open. When I woke up, one was closed, and my phone that was sitting on my nightstand on my charger was gone.
Where's her phone?
I don't know, ma'am. The police escorted me out of the premises.
Next. I don't care.
Next.
The police escorted him out. The next thing that happened was 7 o'clock in the morning. You saw him walking in from the garage. Okay. Dent on the Jeep. I don't care.
Next.
The police escorted him out. The next thing that happened was 7 o'clock in the morning. You saw him walking in from the garage. Okay. Dent on the Jeep.
He admitted to me that he did it.
Okay, when was that?
The morning of around 7:30, when I was on my way out to go to the police station to make the report, I looked at my vehicle and I angrily said, "You dented my Jeep," and he said, "Oh well."
I did not say that, ma'am, no.
Next.
Next, the officer who made the note that all of my things were on the porch, they were not all of my things. I did not go into the house and collect my things. Him and his stepfather put my clothes in bags and some of my small belongings. I even have a picture
Just a second, do you want to tell me what you claim he still has that belongs to you?
I have a list.
Tell me.
So I have my dineware set, my wine glasses, all of my kitchen utensils, all of my cookware, all of my baking pans, crock pot, oven mitts.
Just a second, when did you move in with all that stuff?
When he came to get me at my sister's, his grandmother paid for a moving truck, and my sister helped us move all of my belongings from her apartment into the moving truck, which we brought to his house, which has all of these items.
Okay, can I see that bird?
And I also have I have a
second.
picture, if you want the pictures.
Do you have her TV?
I do not, ma'am. I have enough TVs in my house to
Just a
need
second.
another.
Did she move in with the TV?
She did.
Where is it?
I put everything of hers on the front porch, and she left it there for a couple days, so.
So you don't know where it is?
I left it out there, and I told her it's her problem to get it. I didn't put it on the garbage.
Well,
or
but you
nothing.
know a TV was not noted by the police.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have anything in your home now
I do not.
that belongs to her? Okay. Now I'm going to see the bill for the 47-inch TV.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see the paid bill for it.
I also have a picture coming up that has my placemats and a picture of him with those placemats just 2 weeks ago for the items that he says he does not have in his home.
Okay. So the television set was $479.91.
Mm-hmm.
What are these things?
Everything on the list is stuff I've purchased, but the ones that I highlighted are the ones that he still has in his possession.
And what's this supposed to be a picture of?
That picture matches the small photograph. The photograph has my placemats at my apartment. He has the exact same placemats in that picture at his house. It's proof that he does still have my items that he is claiming he does not have.
I don't care. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $994. We're done.
Your Honor, I
We're
still have
done.
evidence.
We're done.
What about my vehicle?
He's not paying for your vehicle because I have a police report where you say I have a dent in my car. I think Corey did it, but
I didn't
have no.
say that to the police officer.
Well, that's
though.
what the police officer says. We're done. Mr. Siebold, Miss Clark is the daughter of your girlfriend,
Yes.
and she has 2 children, 2 small children.
Yes, that is correct.
There came a time when, for whatever circumstances, she came to live with you with her 2 children.
Correct.
When was that?
That was in late of 2016.
And when did she leave your residence?
That would be in October of 2017.
So she lived there for a while.
Yes.
Your complaint is twofold. You say that she's responsible for you having to break a window in your car.
Correct.
Because of something that happened with one of her children.
Correct.
And the child was in danger. So you had to break the window in order to extricate the child from the car. You're going to tell me what happened. When did that happen?
That happened in August of 2017.
That happened June 8th.
Is she correct?
As far as I'm aware, to my knowledge, it was in August.
Whatever it is, she lived there subsequent to either June or August for several months.
Correct.
Second part of your claim is for cost of getting a dumpster to remove some property that she left behind when she moved out. All right, why don't you tell me whether it was in August or June, why don't you tell me about the incident that occurred that required you to break your own car window?
Okay. On the dating question, basically, I was upstairs.
Not basically.
Well, upstairs, I was in my room, and then Ms. Clark comes upstairs and says, Michael, I've locked Brooklyn in the car. My response was,
just a second, I've locked
the kids in the car. And I said, okay.
Just a second. Do you remember that? No. You don't remember going upstairs to get him and saying, I've locked the kids in the car? You tell me how it happened. Because you did lock the kids in the car.
No.
Who did?
My mom.
Okay, where were you?
I was following close behind her. I was getting the
Just
diaper.
a second, so you were there?
No, I was getting the diaper bag ready.
What?
The diaper bag.
Don't move. Well, that's not what you say in your answer. You say in your answer, Michael had given the keys to the car to my mother, who went with me to the car and put my daughter in her car seat, who went with me.
I was following close behind her. I was getting the diaper bag ready. I went downstairs and my mom was banging on the car window with my daughter locked inside.
Where was Michael?
Upstairs.
Who went to get him?
My mom.
Your mother or you? And what were you doing?
I was outside in the driveway with my daughter.
Who was in the car?
Yes.
So your mother went to get Michael?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
No.
She went to get him?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. So as Ivory came up to tell me that the child was locked in the car, first response out of my mouth was, you need to call a locksmith. So I go downstairs. I'm getting dressed. I'm rushing down so I can go down to see what's going on. Brooklyn, who was in the back passenger seat.
How old is she?
At that time, she was probably just a little bit over a year, maybe. And she had the keys in her hand. And I'm like, Brooklyn, can you push the button? She's pushing the lock key because it simply makes the noise. Well, with my car, once you disable it, if you push the lock key too many times, you can't get in. So the locksmith showed up. So the locksmith comes in. He tries to jimmy the passenger door. He can't do it with the Slim Jim. At the same time, they're on the driver's side with me. We're trying to see if we can get inside. Tina is on the other side, on the passenger side, and she says, Michael, something's wrong. And I said, what do you mean? She says, Brooklyn just passed out. So I go to the other side. Brooklyn's passed out. She's kind of leaning to the side. My response was, I need to break my window. So I go to the garage, I grab a hammer, and I smash the hammer about 3 or 4 times into the window. I'm able to bust open the window. Once we get Brooklyn out, Tina grabs Brooklyn, takes her to the garage where there's some shade. So we're waking her up, giving her some water, making sure she's okay. Meanwhile, Miss Clark is standing in the driveway, just kind of standing there and not really doing anything. So I kind of looked at her and I said, okay, this was your fault. You handed the keys to the car to the daughter while you're putting her in the car. I said, you're going to pay for my window. And she says, okay, I understand. And I said, now when we're done, I'm going to go get some dummy keys made so we can go and make sure this doesn't happen again. After that, following day, I scheduled for a window to come in. The window repair guy had to take it to my mom's house. He brought the window, repaired it. Following day after that, I had to go and get the dummy keys made.
Do you have a bill for the window?
Yes, I do, ma'am. And I also have a picture of the damaged window if you'd like to see it.
I'd like to see it. Which window did you break?
This was the front passenger window. And I also have text messages between me and Ms. Clark about the window and her paying me.
May I see it?
Yeah. This is when she was stating after she gets her taxes.
Well, you told him you would pay for the window.
I probably did, but I don't remember.
Okay. Now let's get to the dumpster. You moved out on what date?
I don't remember.
What date did you move out?
It was in late October of 2017.
And what did you have to get a dumpster for?
Well, Ms. Clark, when she left, she ended up leaving some stuff in the room. She left some mattresses and she left all kinds of trash and junk and things inside the room. Also, when she was living with us, she ended up causing some damage to some of my furniture.
I don't want to hear about that.
Okay.
I don't want to hear about while she was living with you. So she left mattresses and some other junk.
Yes. I have pictures of the room of what
I'd
it
like
looked
to
like.
see it.
So there's tons of different items inside the room, but the reason why we had to get a dumpster was because we can't throw the mattresses in the regular trash, because where we're at, you have to have a dumpster big enough for all the mattresses to fit in there, but not go over the top.
The mattresses were not mine.
Whose are they?
His. He paid for them a long time ago.
Well, that doesn't mean that they're not yours. Did he pay for them and give them to you to use?
I was underage. They are not mine. It was not my responsibility to take them with me.
What about this? Is this your responsibility?
Yeah. I wasn't worried about cleaning up the room.
Just a second. I'm just asking you, is this your mess?
Yeah, when I left.
Okay. How much did you pay for the dumpster?
Dumpster in total was $310.
May I see the bill, please?
Yes. And then I also do have a quote for the Sidewinder keys if you want to see that.
What?
The Sidewinder keys that were needed.
No, I don't care about that. Did you use the dumpster for any of your own things?
The most that we used it for was for hers.
That's not what I asked you. Did you use the dumpster for any of your own things?
The furniture that was ruined due to the time she was living there, I threw some of it in there. We haven't done everything yet because it's already getting on the way.
Just a second. Is the dumpster still there?
It hasn't been delivered. They have a specific drop date that is being delivered. We had to wait based off of their time frame. So everything was paid for. Everything's been sitting there.
Very good. So
everything's in the garage ready to go.
$250 for the window, and you are getting rid of some of your own things in the dumpster.
It's everything
yes,
of
I
hers.
was told that they had gotten...
Shh, don't speak. Well, you just told me that you were getting rid of some of your own things. You said some of my things, but that they damaged when they were living there.
Right, because it's no longer usable.
Those are your things that you are disposing of.
It's not by choice. That's the problem.
I don't care.
It's not by choice.
I don't care. The truth of the matter is she's living with her mother and her mother's grandchildren.
Well, technically, they're living
Just
with
a second.
me. The house
I don't
is
care.
mine.
With your consent. But
Correct.
she is living with her mother, with her grandchildren.
Correct.
With your consent if it's your house. But if she's living there for over a year, you may have had some sort of a kerfuffle in October. But if you were dissatisfied with the way she was taking care of the property while you were living there, you should have told her she had to move well before October or September or August or June. Do you
Well, the
understand?
reason
And if
why-
you're getting rid of the furniture now, that's your problem. Now, this is a mess. Did you clean this up?
Yes.
It's a question. So just let's be clear. Now you're going to give me easy answers that I can put in a box.
Okay.
Where did you put all the stuff?
Everything is in the garage,
All this junk is in the garage.
except for
Is
the
what
trash
you're-
bags.
Is what you're telling me that even the stuff that was pretty disposable, you just didn't put in trash and put out?
No, everything that could be thrown away at the time was thrown away. We had other trash that was in the garage from Miss Clark when she had moved
Fine.
in. So all of that is combined with what was in the room and some other furniture and things that she had throughout the house.
Okay, so she's going to pay for half the dumpster. Now, what I gather from what you say to me, sir, is that nothing has been disposed of yet.
Right,
They
because they have to drop the
Not a
dumpster.
because. What I'm gathering from what you say, nothing has been disposed of yet.
Correct.
So far, she owes you $400. That includes half the dumpster. Now, you have a counterclaim. He's not giving you any money. What property do you want back?
All of my children's things.
What?
My children's things.
What things?
A jumper, a walker, a playmat, a booster, a bumbo, the playpen.
You have all those things? I assume you haven't
No.
thrown those things away.
A lot of the things that were damaged, that were busted, we threw out.
Just a second. She just listed a whole bunch of things. Do you have any of those things? A playpen?
I don't.
A jumper?
No, we don't have a playpen. When she came back to get her stuff,
Just a second. Its stuff is here. I see it.
Can I see the
it. It's
photo?
a bit. Yeah, you gave it to me.
right? When she came back, when she left in October, she came back 3 days later, and when she came back with Mr. Padilla over there. They came back, grabbed the dresser, the playpen, and a few other items that they did not take.
When
That's what we
when they
took.
initially left.
Your Honor.
Right.
Stand up, sir. Stand up. Move over here.
Okay.
Move
All
over
right.
here. Now you're two people, two very strong people, and you came back 3 days after, or 4 days after, or
We-
5 days after you moved out.
We did not go back. So he gave us that night to remove all of her
Not?
belongings.
Just a second. So what you're telling me is you did not go back to the
No,
residence.
we were not allowed back at the residence. We were not allowed inside of the residence after we were kicked or after she was kicked out. So
What-
that night,
not we. Where were you staying?
where was I staying? At my mom's house. That was where I lived
What is
with
that?
at the time.
What were you doing there?
What was I doing there that night that I went to go back to get her?
Well, but go back.
I mean,
Get
I was
her
trying.
when
I was
you
trying
were-
to help her out. I mean, I'm not going to let my girlfriend just be on the streets, you know. And that's what they were doing. But he gave us that.
Just a second. What is it that was left in the house that you need now? I assume you live together.
Yes.
That you need now for your children that's in the house. I'm asking, don't look at her list. I'm asking you, what is it that you need now for your children that was left in the house?
We had to go repurchase everything.
You bought whatever you needed.
Yes.
So you don't need anything that's there.
No.
Shh, good. Fine. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $400. Your counterclaim's dismissed. We're done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Johnson, you and Ms. Page are connected because you each have a child who has the same father.
Yes.
Would that be you?
Yes.
And it is your claim that the defendant came to the house. You live together?
No. Well, as of now, yes.
As of?
Back when the case happened, yeah, we did live together.
And while you were living together, it is your claim that the defendant came over one evening, assaulted you, and vandalized your car.
Yes.
The defendant denies she was even in town on the night that she's alleging that this happened. And she has a counterclaim. She says that you've been harassing her. She believes that you somehow vandalized her car with some foreign object in her gas tank. She's got a counterclaim. Okay, when did this incident happen?
On May 5th.
Of this year?
Yes.
What time?
It was about 12:30, between 12:30 a.m. and 1 a.m.
So tell me what happened.
Okay, Your Honor. On the night of May 5th, me and Gary were celebrating Cinco de Mayo. We had some margaritas and tacos, and then we were going to call it a night around 12:30. Gary goes to bed, and his phone just starts to ring right before I lay down. And it's an unknown call constantly coming in. So eventually I answer, and it was
How many times did it ring?
probably about 5 missed calls.
Okay.
And so finally I pick up, and it's Zuri on the other line, and she's like, where's Gary? And I said,
Now, do you know her? Had you met her before?
Yes.
How many times?
We've known each other for over 3 years.
So you knew her voice, or she identified herself?
Exactly, yes.
What did she say?
She said, where's Gary? I said, he's asleep. She said, he's been at my house for 3 nights. And I said, well, that's impossible because he's been home. So she's like, well, where is he? I said, he's asleep. She said, wake him up. So then I wake Gary up, and I hand Gary the phone, and he's like, this is a joke, just hang up. So right before I hang up, she says, open the door. Right before we opened the door, it was a knock maybe 5 seconds later. So Gary runs to the door and looks in the peephole, and he can't make out who it is. She's like leaning on the door. So then I look in the peephole, and I said, Gary, this is a Zuri. And Gary's like, is it? So he looks back in the peephole, and then I yell, we didn't open the door yet. I say, Zuri, why are you at my house at 1 a.m? She's like, I need to speak to Gary. I said, okay. So then Gary's like, well, what do you want? So immediately I called the police, and I said, I need a police officer dispatched to my location. So Gary goes and opens the door, and she's extremely intoxicated. She's like, I need you to come to my truck. And Gary says, why? I'm standing behind Gary. Gary has his hands on the side of the door. I'm standing behind him, and she's like, well, I need to speak to you. I need you to come to my truck. So then Gary's like, well, what do you need? Then she calls me a drunk and just starts like talking crazy and calling me names and says I'm scary. And then we started arguing. I'm still in the back of Gary. So then she reaches under Gary and grabs my hair and pulls me into the hallway. And then that's when we start to fight. I have pictures of bruises, scratches, and everything from that night.
I'd like to see them, please. I'd also like, did the police ever respond?
Yes, they did.
I'd like to see the police report.
Okay. There's also pictures in there of the broken window as well.
Well, I see the window. We haven't gotten to the window yet.
Okay.
Now, there are pictures here of a broken windshield.
Yes.
And the police report is clear that after the police came to discuss what happened to you, you were sort of reluctant to speak to them and a little, according to the report, a little intoxicated yourself.
Yes.
A sergeant also responded to the location, and it was the sergeant who observed the broken windshield on the car. When they identified the car as belonging to you,
Yes.
they went back upstairs to speak to you. At that time, since you believed she had broken your windshield, then you said, well, that's enough. I want to press charges. So that's how we're here.
Exactly.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I get from reading this report. Okay. What time had you parked your car that evening?
I would say about 6 p.m.
Now, you told me before that you and Gary were living together at the time.
Yes.
That's not what it says in here.
Yeah, Gary was living with me on and off around that time.
Well, now it is. So Gary was living with you on and off.
Yes.
Lisa, that would be you, right?
Yes.
Lisa said that Gary, her child's father, was only there to watch their child. Lisa and Gary were no longer in a dating relationship, nor was blank and blank. I assume her and somebody else said that even though that they had problems in the past, they had not seen or spoken to one another in quite some time. Lisa claimed to have no idea why the defendant and her friend arrived at the door. Now, you didn't tell me about a friend.
I was getting to that part. Gary pulls us apart. Her friend runs in out of, I guess it was someone she was riding with in the truck. She runs in and pulls me back. Gary pulls Azuri back, and they stop the fight. Azuri then snatches away from Gary and runs out the front door into the back of the parking lot. Her friend then leaves out the back door to the parking lot where they were parked at. I went back in the house right after, and that's when I would say maybe literally 2 minutes later, the police showed up. The police asked me what was going on, and I told them that it was an
I got what you wrote, what you said to them. I read the report. Okay, Miss Page. Ball's in your court.
Honestly, I have no idea what she's talking about.
Okay.
I was out of town that week at my mom's. I wasn't even there. I have not spoken to Gary, to her. I do not associate myself with them whatsoever. And this has been going on for 3 years. Ms. Johnson has followed me to 3 different jobs.
No. We're talking about something, Ms.
nowhere.
Page, entirely different, following you 3 jobs. If your testimony is, I was out of town at my mother's house, then you have nothing to add to your testimony. Then I have to make a decision as to whether or not I believe her or believe you. Do you have any witnesses to testify that you were out of town that evening?
Yes, my fiance dropped me off to my mom's.
Great. That would be your witness. And you have a witness what happened that night?
Yes.
You have Gary.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't actually have to hear either one of them. I just have to make a judgment as to whether Miss Johnson caused little marks on her face and whether Miss Johnson took a rock or something and busted out the windshield of her own car that night and then decided to blame it on you. I have to decide whether that happened. I don't think that happened. So I'm quite sure that your fiancé would say that he dropped you off at your mother's house, and I'm quite sure that Gary would say you came to the house and there was a fight. So, do you have an estimate for the windshield?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have it fixed?
No, ma'am. It's still not fixed.
Where is it?
It's at home. I've been riding with it with plastic on my window, which is, yeah, it's really hard because I have to have my son sit in that back seat.
Okay, that's $330. Now, I assume that you did not seek any sort of medical treatment that night?
No, ma'am. It was just scratches and bruises.
Well, I see the photographs, and it does look like there was quite a fight.
Yeah.
Precipitated by your arriving that night, either drunk or sober.
I was not there.
How old is your child with Gary?
Mine, she's 3.
And yours?
2.
2. You have a boy or a girl?
I have a boy.
Does Gary see your daughter often?
No, he is not allowed to. He was court ordered not to be left alone with any children. He was found unfit.
By what court?
Champaign County.
Is that correct?
That's what she say.
What does that mean?
I'm saying that's what she say. If she don't got no paperwork saying I can't be around my kids.
Are you around your son?
Yep, every day.
Well, and evidently it doesn't apply to that child.
I have no idea.
When was the last time he saw his daughter?
I actually have no idea. The only time he is allowed to see her is when my daughter is at his stepmom's house, and then he sees her over there when he goes.
So your daughter does go to his family's house?
His stepmom's, yes.
How often?
Maybe once every other week, and she'll probably keep her for a couple of days to spend time with her.
And so he is permitted to see her there?
Yes, he has to be supervised.
Okay, so he's not permitted around other children. He has supervised visitation with his daughter for whatever reason. I don't know what the reason is. There are all kinds of reasons, both valid and stupid, for making those kinds of orders. I'm thoroughly familiar with both the valid ones and the stupid ones, and that has nothing to do with you. I'm talking about judges making orders for good reason and orders for stupid reasons. It seems to me if you're not capable of having unsupervised visitation with a 3-year-old, you shouldn't be capable of spending time every day with a 2-year-old. So clearly this had more to do with you than with a child, to me, in my head, but that's only me in my head. Anyway, you owe her $1,500. You owe her $300 to fix her car, and the rest is for coming to the house in the middle of the night and picking a fight and assaulting her.
That was not me, Your Honor.
We are done here. Your counterclaim's dismissed. Ms. Rodriguez, what I read is a complaint that suggests that you and the defendant, who were friends and perhaps in a relationship for a brief period of time, had a falling out. And during the time that you were friends, whatever relationship that was, according to your complaint, you brought a television set that was yours to the defendant's house.
Yes.
When did you do that?
That was in June of 2016. Excuse me.
Is that right?
No.
When was it?
It was June of 2015.
That sound right?
No.
Okay. To what address did you take the television set? To what address did you take the television set? You know the address.
It would have been in the Powderhorn community in Minneapolis.
My tiny house.
When did you move from there?
It was August of 2015.
Got it?
Yes.
So it was 2015 that you brought the television set to her house?
Correct.
Better. And in what month and year did you ask her for the television back?
I asked her back for the television in July of 2016.
Why was that so difficult for you to tell me?
It was a little bit of confusion.
Well, that's no confusion. If you insisted that it was June of 2016 and you asked for it back a month later, well, that sounds to me as if it was perhaps a loan for some reason, which we'll get into. If she had the television for over a year, it may suggest something else. Do you understand? So let's try to give me answers that are truthful rather than those that create a story for you.
Yes,
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Now, in what month and year did you purchase this television set?
The television set was purchased back in August of 2011.
So now the television in July or August of 2016 would have been 5+ years old.
Correct.
And tell me what kind of television this was.
It was a Philips Eco 32 LED.
And do you have a receipt for that television?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to take a look at it.
And then that is the credit card statement in which I purchased the TV.
No, I just want to see receipt for it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you purchased this, according to this receipt, for $389, and when you brought it over to her house, it was 4 years old.
Yes.
Now, where were you living at the time?
I was living at my parents'.
And where was this television?
The television was at my home. When I was staying with them, I had purchased another TV, so it was an extra spare TV.
And your parents had their own TV?
Yes.
So this was one that you were not using?
Right. It was
one that you were not using?
Correct.
You upgraded. Now, I want you to tell me the circumstance, because now you want the TV back. Had a kerfuffle. I'm not interested in an awful lot here. This is the main thing that creates this lawsuit. So, according to you, she asked to borrow it.
Yes.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding her asking to borrow the TV.
The circumstances were that she could, being the friend that she was, I had...
You're making up a story now because I can tell. That's my gift.
Okay.
That's my gift.
All right.
It's all going over here.
All right. She asked to borrow the TV, and which I agreed upon. When I asked for it back, though, I expected it to be returned.
Even you don't believe that. I said, what were the circumstances? You know I have friends. And sometimes if I go to their house, I'll bring a bottle of rosé. I'll bring a bundt cake. Mm-hmm. But I actually have never brought over a TV to someone's house. Now, I've upgraded televisions over a period of time. Sometimes you move and you say, well, you know, this one was fine, but I could use a bigger one. And you have all these old TVs that are worth zero.
Sure.
A 4-year-old TV that you bought 4 years ago is worth zero. If you went to sell it, you'd be able to sell it for $25, maybe at a flea market. Mm-hmm. So now, since I don't believe you, I'm going to ask her the circumstances surrounding you bringing over the television set. Got it? Well, did you ask her why she brought the TV?
She said because we didn't have like an adequate Netflix or we couldn't watch things together, so she brought over an entire TV.
What kind of TV did you have in your house?
I think I had like a computer screen monitor. It was maybe smaller than the one in the corner there.
And when she came over for the next year, did you watch TV on this TV?
Yeah, she was at my house several times. She had my spare key. She used the TV at my house as well.
I never had a spare key to your house.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Never.
Listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Never do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Is TV still working?
It was the last time I saw it.
Where is the TV now?
She introduced me to my last boyfriend, and it was a very abusive relationship. He tried to kill me, so I just left everything in the home. I don't know what happened after that.
And when did that happen?
That was March of 2016.
And after March of 2016, you had no contact with this television, with this 32-inch television.
Exactly.
When was the argument you had with the plaintiff?
June of 2016.
June, after that. Mm-hmm. So I assume that you were still friends before that.
We were still friends on the basis of people knew our relationship together, and they came to me every time she was in an alcoholic binge.
I just wanted, did you have contact with her?
Yes.
You did. Were you aware that she had been in a relationship with someone that terminated? Just look at me. Don't think of how this is going to help your story.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Want me to repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can process it.
Yes.
No. Were you aware that she had been in a relationship with a man that terminated?
Yes, I had introduced them to each other.
So you were aware that in March of 2016 she left that relationship?
It was actually February.
Before?
Yes.
Great. And did you know where she went to live?
She didn't go anywhere. She actually still lived in that apartment. When the case happened with them, restraining order was put against him, so all of his belongings were still in the home that they lived in on University, the home that I actually continuously went to, and my TV was still there.
She says she hasn't seen the TV since March of 2016. Is that right?
I moved out of the house in August, but I feel like all of his stuff has started, like he had a police escort come and start taking his things around June. I feel like it might have been May, actually.
Okay. You don't have the TV anymore.
No.
And the TV has no value. So I actually don't believe you that this was a loansy. I think that you got a new TV. This TV was valueless. Even if it had a value, today's value, maybe today's value a year later maybe somebody would buy it at a garage sale for 25 bucks. I'm not awarding you anything. Okay, let's go to the next item of business. The next item of business is a cell phone. Now, I want you to be careful, Miss Rodriguez, because so far I didn't believe the first story you told me. So that makes your testimony suspect. You want to tell me the day and date first that your cell phone got broken.
It was October 6th,
October 6th, what year?
2016.
Where?
It was at her apartment. Her different apartment. She had moved to Powderhorn.
Now I'm going to ask you a really important question, Ms. Rodriguez. Easy enough to verify. In October of 2016, when you were in the defendant's house, did you see your TV?
No.
Right. Perfect.
No.
Perfect. You want to tell me what you were doing at her house on October 6th?
I had went to peacefully try to resolve and getting my television back. My sister had gone off to college, and I had wanted to give her that TV to use during college.
Okay, but you didn't see the TV there.
I didn't see it there. I
Right.
tried to peacefully resolve.
Well, how do you want to peacefully resolve it? How do you peacefully resolve it? You know I'm not believing you, right?
Correct.
You know I'm not believing you.
Sure.
Okay. So you got to the house. When immediately preceding October 6th, had you gone to the defendant's house before?
No.
No. You mean October 6th was the first day you were ever at her new apartment?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. How did you get her address?
A mutual friend of ours had provided it.
Okay.
You
now,
stalked me.
Now, let me go back a second to this other nonsense that you're suing her for, which is gas money.
Sure.
Okay. Now, tell me when you believe she owes you money for what trip? When did you go on a trip that she owes you gas money for?
We had went to it.
Day and date.
We had went on a trip in June of 2016 to a festival in Michigan.
June 2016. Okay. And who drove?
I did.
So you picked her up?
Yes.
Did she go into the house?
No.
Let's get back to the phone. October 6, 2016, you went to her house to, according to you, resolve the issue of the TV, which you didn't see in the house. And?
It went very, very badly.
Well, no, I want you to tell me what happened. You went in there and you said to her, she said to you, did you call first before you went over?
No.
So you went over unannounced. What time?
It would have been at 4 p.m.
It was later than that.
What time?
I think it was like 5:36. I was just getting off of work.
Okay, keep going.
So I had gone in, she had let me into the apartment, in which a fight escalated. She had...
No, I want you to tell me what you said to her and what she said to you. She was coming home from work.
I said once again from the text messages that I sent her, it had been a really long time. All I would like is for my TV back. I would like to be done with this friendship and to call it quits after that. She didn't like that fact, so then it escalated into a scuffling match where she actually physically dragged me out of the apartment.
Are you telling me that at that time she didn't say to you, I don't have your TV?
Yes, that's what she told me. I didn't see it in her apartment.
And you said to her,
I...
just a second, don't make it up. She said to you, I don't have your TV. Look around my apartment. I don't have your TV anymore. And what did you say to her?
It just basically, I just started announcing that I was really upset with the fact of that she would be this spiteful towards me when I was being nothing but helpful.
What were you being helpful about?
Helpful by letting her use my TV, transporting
you gave
her
the
to
TV. You gave her the TV a year before. You changed your mind.
I didn't give her the TV.
Okay. Yes, you did.
No, I
okay,
didn't.
So you come in, you see there's no TV. She says, I don't have your TV anymore. What else were you fighting about, Ms. Rodriguez?
It was just that specifically how spiteful that she was in this entire relationship. Friendship.
Relationship.
Oh, heck.
Don't.
I don't swing that way.
Don't speak.
Not my type.
Just a second. Don't.
Excuse me? Sorry.
I had recited that she had been very spiteful.
I heard she had been very spiteful. Okay, and she told you to get out. I don't have your TV.
And then it started turning into a shoving
match.
match.
Well, how did that come about? She told you, get out. I don't have your TV. You had to leave.
She kept throwing a lot of slurs at me. She kept pushing me and shoving me, and then eventually it just got into a scuffling match where she basically dragged me outside. She went back into the apartment, came out with my phone, threw it, hit the pavement, shut the door.
Did she tell you to leave her home?
No.
You mean she was pushing you out the door, not telling you to get out?
No.
Ms. Rodriguez? I don't believe you. I don't think I'm ever going to figure out exactly what this case is about, and quite frankly, I don't care. I'm not wasting another second worth of time over a 5-year-old television set that you gave her as a gift. We're done. Your case is dismissed. Ms. Pickrell, you rented a room in an apartment that was either owned or rented by the defendants. And it is your claim that it didn't work out, but it didn't work out in a sort of uncross your arms. It didn't work out in an almost unseemly way. And you were told to leave the apartment. You had already paid your rent for the month of May. Were the authorities called?
Yes, the authorities were called on the 23rd until
of
May until the 27th of May. Every day until I was forced out of the residence.
Okay. And what you want is you want your rent back because you had already paid June's rent?
Yes, correct.
And what was the rent they were charging you for the room?
$650 for the room.
When had you moved in? In what month?
I moved in March 1st, 2015.
So March was okay?
Yes, March was fine.
And then you moved your boyfriend in?
Yes, he is staying there.
But with their permission, they charged him an extra $100 a month for increased utilities.
Yes.
When did you move your boyfriend in?
He moved in towards the middle of March. And
then they accepted your rent for April?
Yes.
Is it correct that you accepted her rent for April?
Yes.
That's either a yes or a no.
No.
He says yes, you say no. You want to discuss it with each other?
Because she has the dates wrong. She moved in April, not March.
Could you please answer my question? Did she pay April's rent?
Yes. Yes, she paid the first rent.
Did you?
That's the month she moved in.
I'm only going to listen to one of you.
Okay.
Who's going to tell me the truth? Figure it out.
Lorna, if you're getting the dates wrong, you can say yes.
She paid April's rent, which you accepted, $650.
Yes.
And she paid May's rent,
Yes.
$650.
Yes.
And did she pay April's rent by check or cash?
Check.
And did she pay May's rent by check or cash?
Check.
Check. And did she pay June's rent?
No.
You have check to show me for June?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it.
It was not a rent for the month. It was a deposit, security deposit. I clearly explained that to her from the beginning.
I don't care what you explained. I want to see the check.
Okay.
I have all three right here, Your Honor.
May I see them, please?
This does state that it was last month I gave it.
Can I just see what you have? Perfect. Well, April 3rd, you have $500 for rent, okay? Then it went up to $650. Is that because the boyfriend moved in?
That's because I gave her the $150 in cash. I only have the check for the $500 for the last month.
Okay. So you have March 31st, and March 31st was for
April.
April?
Yes.
And then I have April 3rd. Why would you pay her March 31st and then April 3rd?
That was a security deposit.
I'm sorry.
It's because she wanted an additional $650 for her last month's rent in case anything was to come up, and that's that check.
Or for security. Doesn't
Yes.
make any difference. Perfect. And then I have on May 1st, but what I don't have is June. Where is June?
June is right.
You could either have June or you can have this as security deposit. Which was it? It can't be June.
Security deposit was not $650. She added $150, and that's what I did give her in cash. That's
fine.
rent.
But so you did not pay June's rent?
I did, and I wrote last month's. In the memo, I wrote last month.
Either you paid security or you paid last month's rent.
I paid last month's rent.
Okay, fine. You paid last month's rent when you first moved in. Is that what you're telling me? Is that how you evaluated it? That you paid last month's rent when you first moved in? You paid no security deposit?
I paid last month's rent in the middle, and that was April 3rd, because she wanted to bring that up in the middle.
You can't have it both ways. Either you paid last month's rent or you paid security deposit. Which one was it?
Last month's rent.
Fine. So there's no security deposit. Now, and you moved out in May. So you want your 1 month's rent back, which is $650.
Correct.
There's a claim here for filing a false restraining order against you. Is that correct?
Yes.
But you all went to mediation with regard to that. Am I also correct?
Yes.
And you resolved that case with a mediator. Is that also correct?
Yes.
So I'm not entertaining that unless they filed another restraining order against you. Did they?
No.
So that case is resolved. The next part of the case that I'm going to entertain is your property. Now, when you moved in, what property did you move in with?
I moved in a queen-size bed.
Okay. Where is her bed?
Moved everything out.
She took it with her.
She took it with her.
everything with her.
How did she take it with her?
She was moving out for 2 days.
She had 2 days. She took
That's
2
not
days to
correct,
move all
Your
her
Honor.
stuff out.
He helped her.
I even helped her.
I have a video of them forcing me out, Your Honor, if I could play it.
Yeah, after her sister barged in her apartment.
Absolutely. I would like to see
And
it.
broke everything and beat him up.
Listen to me. I don't see a counterclaim here. I'm going to look at the video. He says he helped her move. Just a second. Tell me on what date this video was taken.
This was May 27th, and this was around 8:30 p.m.
On what date do you claim you helped her move her stuff out? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. On what date do you claim you move her things out? What date?
I don't remember exactly.
I want you to remember exactly. We're not talking about something that happened 20 years ago. On what date did you help her move her things out?
It was a year ago.
Last year. It was.
Remember the day of the week, Marty. Remember the day of the week.
Was
Remember
it
what
Tuesday?
happened exactly.
It was a Tuesday.
Okay, let's see.
Your Honor, I do have a receipt here. The police advised me to purchase a new doorknob with a lock.
Don't tell me what the police advised you. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, shortly after that you moved out. Did you move out that day?
That night, I was physically forced out.
Okay. Did you ever go back to the apartment?
I went back on May 29th with a police escort to retrieve my belongings, and they served me with a temporary restraining order and said the room was empty.
Okay, fine. Very good. Uncross your arms.
I'm not feeling good.
Okay, then you can sit down. On what day were you served a protective order?
It was like the following day after she left.
Do you remember the police coming back to your house with her on the 20th?
Yeah, she came. Sorry.
Do you remember the police coming back to your house with her?
Yes.
Do you remember the police going through the apartment and her room?
Yeah, they went in.
Easy to verify with the precinct. Was it before the police came or after the police left or while they were there that you helped her move out her bed? Look at me.
It was before.
It was before. So
Yeah,
it was,
it was 2 days.
So it was between the 27th when that scuffle went on and she left the apartment and the 29th. So it had to be the 28th.
Yes.
It had to be the 28th that you say you were helpful with her and helped her move her property out. I just want to understand that that's what you're telling me. It's a good thing she sat down.
Yeah.
She would have been falling down. You see, if she was standing up next to you, then maybe you would have some support. So let me see what you want me to believe. You want me to believe that you had this sort of scuffle with her, that you filed a protective order against her because of this, so that she could not come back to the residence. But the next day, she came back to the residence on the 28th.
No, I'm sorry.
No. Sit. No.
You have
Sit.
not let us
Did you hear what I said? I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3.
No, I'm sorry, but you're not letting us talk. This is not even what happened. You got all the You have all the dates wrong, everything wrong.
Out. You want to sit down and be quiet?
Okay, believe whatever you want.
Perfect. Now, your answer. I'm not even dealing with her complaint. Your answer talks about all the dates, those 27th, 28th. So you want me to believe that after this kerfuffle, which occurred on the 27th of May, and the police came back on the 29th, I assume that you have a report that they went with you?
Yes.
May I see it? That in between those 2 days, you, being the nice guy that you are, helped her move her furniture out of the room. That's what you want me to believe?
Yes, I helped her move her stuff. I never threw any of her stuff away.
You may not have. Now, Mr. Torres, whether the $650 was the last month's rent, which was June, or security deposit, you do not have a counterclaim, which means that there is no claim made by you that there was any damage caused by her to the house, to the apartment.
Yeah, we do. We got the evidence right here.
Just a second.
Got all the pictures.
Just a second. Hand down. I don't have a counterclaim, sir. I don't care what you have there. There is no counterclaim here for damage.
Well, what is a counterclaim?
We just wanted her out. We didn't want nothing to do with her.
We don't ever see her again.
We just wanted her out,
please.
Sure.
Can I just
Put her
ask for
out.
5 minutes?
Put her out.
2 minutes.
Put her out.
Want to say,
Put her out.
explain her
Put her
story
out.
for 2 minutes because I feel like you're
Out.
manipulating.
Out.
You're manipulating
Out.
the situation
Miss.
with your questions.
Miss,
Out.
Come this way.
This is ridiculous.
You have no counterclaim for any damage, which you would have had to have served her to say she's not due back the $650, which we're claiming a security deposit because she caused damage to her room that we are going to be responsible for. You did not file that against her. Therefore, she's entitled to her rent/security deposit back because she lived there a certain amount of months.
She never
And
signed anything though. We had a verbal agreement where she had a cat that she didn't even have a pet deposit for.
Mr. Torres, listen to me carefully, sir. Counterclaim.
We're taking it out of her security.
You did not take it out of her security deposit because no court said you could take it out of her security deposit. That's what we're here for. And since you didn't file a counterclaim, she's entitled to her $650 back. Now the only thing that I have to determine is whether I believe she got all of her property back.
Your Honor.
What?
I do have a receipt that shows at 3:22 on May 27th, I purchased a whole new doorknob and lock.
I
So
don't
locked my
care. I
property
told you
in.
before I don't care about the doorknob and lock. All I care about is the furniture. Now the question is, when you went to mediation on the protective order, did the mediator discuss your furniture?
No, they did not discuss my furniture.
Why?
They said I should proceed with that in small claims court.
With regard to your furniture?
Yes, with my property.
Furniture. All I'm interested in is furniture.
Furniture, yes.
You left, your sister was there, there were certain things that were packed in her car. As far as I'm concerned, that's all I care. Your sister came over
Yes.
that night and packed things in her car, but she didn't
Right,
pack
yeah.
your bed in your car.
No.
Now, did you get your bed back?
No, I did not.
What other furniture didn't you get back?
It was my bed. I had this little desk, and also it wasn't furniture. The rest was just clothing and bathroom
Just the
belongings.
bed and the desk.
Yes.
Where'd you get the bed from?
I got the bed from a family friend. She gave me a bed, so I don't have a
And
receipt.
fine, and the desk?
A family friend, too.
Great. Okay, you owe us $650. Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You had a sister. Your sister lived in California. You and your wife lived in Florida. Your sister became ill and she was diagnosed with cancer. You and your wife relocated from Florida. Are you retired?
No, not retired.
Did you get a new job in California?
My wife is a contractor, so we move around quite a bit.
So you came to California and you had another project
Correct.
in California. Okay. And how long was that project for?
It's ongoing still.
So you moved to California because you had a new project.
Correct.
Okay, well, then this is sort of misleading, Mr. Riley. I'll get to the whole thing. This is probably going to be more interesting than I even thought it was going to be. This is a situation. Your sister was sick in California. You came to California. You led me to believe in your complaint that you and your wife gave up your life in Florida to come to California to minister to your ill sister. That's what I get from. That's what I got from your complaint.
Very much
now
true.
it appears that you have a contracting job, and even though your sister is no longer with us, that contracting job is ongoing because that's what you and your wife do. So it was probably a combination of both things. In any event, you came to California with your wife for a job, which you're still doing, and you're still living in California.
Yes.
Still living in California,
Still in
even though your sister's not here anymore.
Correct.
Right.
We're from California originally.
It doesn't matter. I was just misled by the complaint. Maybe it was my own silly misreading
I'd
of
love to
it.
clarify if I could.
They saw
But
work here.
I didn't ask you a question.
Sorry. Sorry, Your Honor.
In any event, your sister was here. She came to live with you for a while. She was ill. She was getting treatment while you were in California. And you are her closest living relative.
Yes.
Closest biological living relative.
No. Physically close, yes. Biologically, we have 6 siblings.
Oh, but she didn't live with any of the other siblings.
No, she lived by herself until she lived with us.
She was a single lady,
Correct.
no children.
Never married, no kids.
And the defendant is her cousin.
Correct.
So you took care of her, drove her to her doctor's appointments, did whatever had to be done. Sister
For
passes.
months, I may add. For months. Years.
Months, years,
Just so you know.
whatever, for months. You did all of those things, and your sister unfortunately succumbed to cancer. She passed away, and when her will was read, to your surprise, you were not made beneficiary of any part of the estate. Her entire estate went to her cousin, Miss Wells, as the beneficiary, but your sister did a double whammy. She made you the trustee.
Correct.
Okay, and that, I assume, Mr. Riley, if you and I are being honest with each other, was both irritating to you and probably to your wife, who was very anxious to talk to me before.
No.
Yeah.
Not really.
It wasn't irritating.
It was irritating, but not for the reasons you say. It was not monetarily driven. I care for my sister.
I understand.
It was a surprise. It's all it was just
It was
a surprise.
It was a surprise. In any event, there was ongoing acrimony between you and Miss Wells. That is clear from both your complaint and her answer. But this is what your complaint is about, because it's the only thing that your complaint can be about. You ultimately turned over the trust to Miss Wells because you didn't want to be involved in it anymore.
No, not
There
true.
had been-
Not true. She didn't like the way I was handling the trust, and she
Right. She
stripped
didn't
me of my
like as
trustee duties.
beneficiary the way you were handling the trust. And she said in her mind you were dissipating the trust. And since she was the beneficiary of the trust and a together person, she said, I can take care of this myself and I'll spend the money differently.
With 3 different attorneys, by the way.
Doesn't matter.
6 months.
Doesn't matter.
That's me.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Do you see? What you're doing now is demonstrating just how irritated you still
I'm sorry.
are.
I get emotional about my sister's death still. I'm sorry.
Well, this isn't about your sister's death. This is about money.
Okay.
If you were emotional about your sister's death, then you would have said, you know, my sister died. She knew how she felt. It was her money. She felt, for whatever reason, either close to Miss Wells or she felt that Miss Wells needed the money more than you did, that you and your wife were doing okay. For whatever reason, it was her money. That's what she decided to do with it. So
Absolutely.
when people pass away, whether it be a parent or a grandparent or whatever, and you as a relative don't think that you're getting the appropriate love from the deceased by way of monetary reward, it's irritating. Happens all the time. And you're not unusual for that.
But
this is what you're not unusual for that. But this is what your case is about.
It's not.
After
Sorry.
Miss Wells took over the trust and finally got into the condo that was very much in dispute, she found that there were certain things missing from the condo. And as a result of that, she notified the insurance company because evidently your sister had homeowners insurance. She found laptop missing. She found someone had purposely damaged a sleep member bed.
I really want to speak to that if you let me.
Just a second. No. Whatever it is, she found certain things missing in her mind. And she made a complaint to the insurance company, filed a claim with the insurance company, who did it, as they have to, an investigation before they pay out a complaint. And when you call the adjuster who is going to examine your complaint, what she did, and I assume she did make a police report.
Yes, indeed. Name me as culprit.
Okay. Can I see a copy of that police report?
No, because I don't have a copy. Do you have a copy?
I do have a copy.
May I see it?
You were denied a copy?
I was denied a copy because I was the culprit.
Put her out. She's annoying me. She doesn't learn. Not a free-for-all. It's an out.
Come on.
Oh, I beg
It's
your
an
pardon.
outie.
Pardon me. Thank you.
No, you can stay.
Thank you. Sorry, Your Honor.
Forgive me, Your Honor. It's very difficult to find, but I do have it. Here it is.
Give it to Officer Byrd, please.
May I ask what date that was filed?
Okay. So what she says in this Sheriff's Department report, have you seen it?
I have not.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what it says.
I appreciate that.
It says she inherited the apartment from her cousin who passed away. Prior to moving in, she says where she lived, and she had seen photos of the apartment, she the defendant, and its contents, and through email exchanges prior to her cousin's passing away. On May 26, 2016, Anna moved to the apartment.
Sorry, when?
She looked around on May 26, 2016.
Your Honor,
That's what
may I
it-
correct that? I didn't move
Just,
there. I was only
I'm reading,
walking.
listen to me, don't correct anything. I'm reading to him what the police report says.
Yes.
If it said something and it wasn't accurate, you should have corrected it at the time.
Oh, yes. Mhm.
On May 26, 2016, Anna moved to the apartment. She looked around and inventoried the items in the apartment. She saw items were missing from the apartment that she had previously seen in photos. She believes another cousin of hers, Thomas Riley, who had access to the apartment prior to Anna's arrival, entered and damaged the mattress on the bed by cutting out a portion of it with an unknown object.
She's lying.
She also believes he took various other items from the apartment. She does not know for certain if Thomas took the items or damaged the mattress, but she stated she was in a battle with Thomas over being appointed trustee of her cousin's estate. Anna did not desire prosecution and did not want Thomas contacted over the matter. She stated Thomas is emotionally unstable and did not want to aggravate him.
Right.
Anna wanted the matter documented for insurance purposes.
If I may.
Shh. You don't have to. I'm formulating a picture. Do you understand?
I understand.
And as very often happens in a legal landscape, the landscape is changing, Mr. Riley.
True.
And it's changing in your favor, sir.
Okay.
Now you got a windfall. You inherited this apartment and whatever money was left in the estate, if there was any. If it had happened to me, I wouldn't have looked at draperies, 2 sets, 92 inches, $650. Sleep number bed, king size, model 1, $6,000. Moen brand shower heads, $2,000. A Galaxy Pro Tab. Dishes, $350. Bissell Pro Heat Steam for the floor. White bleach cruiser bicycle. A purse for $1,000. How much in total did you get from the insurance company?
$16,000, Your Honor. I have.
Just a second. $16,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
None of which, actually, you paid for.
Correct. Yes.
All of which your cousin paid for.
Yes, correct.
Yes, correct. And the single most expensive item was a Sleep Number bed.
Correct.
And you gained access to the apartment in May of 2016. I said gained access to the apartment. That's what it says in the police report. It says Anna moved to the apartment.
Your Honor, was the first time I was ever at the apartment.
June?
June 24th.
June 24th. This is my problem with you. Yeah.
Yes.
You're getting ready for the problem.
No, I can explain.
No, you can't. There is no way you can explain it to me. Because if I came in and I found all of those things missing and found the $6,000 bed destroyed, I would have made a police report that day.
Your Honor,
Just a second. I would have made a police report that day. You made a police report 2 months later and were very, very clear that you were making the police report for insurance purposes only. Made it very clear to the police.
Your Honor, I can explain the dates. I didn't understand that I had to make the report from that location. I left because I had appointments and I was working full-time.
How old are you?
Well, hate to say,
listen,
I'm old enough. I'm old enough.
Nothing that you can say to me, Zippo, that you can say to me after being involved with him for an extended period of time in a contentious situation, that if you walked into the apartment and you found somebody had taken a knife to a $6,000 bed, that you wouldn't have called the police right away. Right away.
I called my attorney. Actually, I was on the phone with my attorney, and she told me.
Don't tell
take
me
a
what
picture.
she told you. Listen to me. I'm not interested in what she told you. That's hearsay. There is no way that you would not have made a police report. Now, what is his case about? His case is about the following. As a result of you making this statement, and in order to clear his name with the insurance company, because the insurance company paid you.
Yes.
You wanted to collect from me.
That's why you hired the attorney. I understand. I said the landscape
Your
is
Honor.
changing. The landscape is changing. Do you understand?
I do. I'm sorry.
Your Honor, the insurance company told me to take my time in making the report.
Just a second. Just a second. Don't tell me what the insurance company told you. That's hearsay. Second,
Yes.
because I heard you, I don't believe you.
No, I had to
listen to me.
investigate
I
and
don't
get all
listen
of
to
the
me.
pictures.
I don't believe you. Let's be clear.
Okay.
I don't believe you. So you paid $800 for legal fees. You have a copy of the bill.
I do.
I'd like to take a look
Your
at
Honor,
it.
I have pictures to show the
Speak not.
condo.
Speak not. Police report. The day you found it. Not interested in your pictures. Not interested in your request for $2,000 more
When I
for
called
the
the
deductible.
department.
Not interested.
Okay.
Did you sell the condo?
Yes, I had to.
Don't tell me had to. Did you sell the condo?
I sold the condo, yes.
Okay, let's see. You sold the condo for how much?
4075.
407.
The net was 120.
So you got 100. Shh.
Yes.
Don't speak. You got $120,000.
Yes. And I had
just,
to that point, I had paid $75,000 in mortgage fees, HOA fees, late fees,
great.
interest,
so you still have
insurance,
$75,000.
utilities.
Hey, you're still $75,000 in the plus column.
Yes.
Plus $16,000 from insurance.
Yes.
I know exactly what happened. $800. Judgment for the plaintiff. Your counterclaim is dismissed. We're done.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Campos, what do you do for a living?
I'm a lawyer.
Where?
San Antonio, Texas. Hope you don't use that against me.
No, I'm going to hold your lawsuit against you because it's stupid.
Well, to me, it's personal, and if you got a bad haircut, I'm sure you would be happy.
It's stupid. Your lawsuit's stupid. And I actually am surprised. I didn't know what you did for a living, so I'm actually surprised that you acknowledged that you were a lawyer. I would have thought that a lawyer had more respect for courts than to bring this kind of lawsuit, which I'm going to outline very briefly. You went to the defendant to have your hair cut. Whatever hair you have left, you wanted to have cut. And she cut your hair too short, so you're suing her for $5,000. Now, that's a ridiculous lawsuit. It's a ridiculous waste of judicial time. Only thing is, this is a television courtroom, so we actually have fun doing sometimes ridiculous cases, which I'm sure is the reason you came here.
Well, no, in America, we entitle different opinions.
Listen to me. Mr. Campos, this is not an audition, and I've already got the job. Got it?
Got it.
Did you pay for the haircut?
Yes, I did.
How much did you pay for the hair?
$10.
And when you paid the $10, she had already cut your hair.
Yes, she had shaved my head.
Just a second. She had already cut your hair.
Yes.
And when did you get this short haircut?
It was a couple of days before Christmas, about December 21st.
And right now we're 3 months later, and is this the usual length of your hair?
Yes, it is. Shaved my head.
Great. Now you're going to show me a picture of what your head looked like after the defendant cut your hair. Okay. She gave you a very short haircut. It's not shaven, but it's very, very short.
It wasn't a haircut, it was a shave.
Impossible. Did you use a razor on his head? No, of course not. That's not a razor.
And
Sam Jackson's hair is cut with a razor.
No, ma'am.
No.
I didn't accuse her of using a razor. I did an electric shaver is what she used.
Right. That's fine.
Your Honor.
Okay, just a second. Okay. Not necessary. And it took probably about 3 weeks for your hair to grow out.
Your opinion, I don't know, maybe a month.
Whatever. It took a month for your hair to grow out. And were you working during that time, Mr. Campos?
No,
that's just a second. Were you working? That's a yes or a no during that month.
Well, I'm self-employed, so some days I work, some days I don't. Yes,
so
I was working.
The answer you were working, and you didn't work over the Christmas holidays.
I wasn't claiming lost wages.
Mr. Campos, it's not an audition, sir.
I'm not auditioning. I'm just responding to what you say.
I don't think you're cute.
I'm not trying to be cute.
Great.
You're trying to be cute.
Good.
You are cute.
Mr. Campos, you are absolutely correct. That's why I have the job, and you get $10, and that's the judgment of the court. Goodbye.
You don't want to hear the facts?
We're done. Ms. Griffin, it is your claim that the defendant who you had hired on several occasions to do hair straightening for you straightened your hair the last time, and as a result of straightening your hair, you lost some hair, and you want to be compensated for that to the tune of $5,000. She says that she used the same product on you each of the 3 times you came to her salon, that the reason, in all probability, that you suffered hair loss is that you had your hair braided in between the second and third treatment that you had. And she has indicated that she has proof that you had hair braiding done between those 2 times, probably why you suffered hair loss. I assume that neither of you have a doctor or an expert here. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, the first time you went to the defendant's salon was on what date to have hair straightened?
Approximately June the 23rd.
Of what year?
2016.
And when was the second time?
August 17th.
How long have you been going to her salon?
Since June of 20.
In June of 2016, was that the first time you had your hair straightened?
Approximately for 3 years prior to that.
So you had your hair straightened 3 years before?
Yes.
At what salon?
Her salon.
How many times?
Maybe 10.
And then you stopped for 3 years?
Yes.
Why?
Her prices were high, and I wanted to go natural.
But then you went back?
Yes.
Because for the 10 times she had done it, you were satisfied?
Yes.
When was the third time you had it done?
Approximately October the 20th.
Between June 21st and October 20th, did you have your hair braided?
No.
Did you have any other process done to your hair?
Shampoo and wash only.
Where?
At Plaza Salon.
When was that?
Approximately September the 4th, I did the first roller set.
So it wasn't just a shampoo. You had your hair set
with rollers.
Shampooed and set. Mm-hmm. And when was the next time you had your hair shampooed and set at the Plaza Salon?
Approximately November the 5th.
And when for the first time did you complain to the defendant that you were having trouble with hair loss? On what date?
Approximately December the 18th to the 20th, somewhere around there of 2016.
So let me understand this. You had your hair relaxed for the third and final time.
Yes.
October 20th, October to November, November to December. So 2 months later was the first time that you complained to her that you were having hair loss problems.
That's when I called her because of the way. Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
And in between that time, you went to another salon.
Early part of November.
Did you go back, just for my own curiosity, did you go back to the other salon after November 5th?
No.
Why not?
I usually go to the salon when I have something major going on. I had a baby shower that weekend. That's why I went and got the roller set. After that, I didn't have any major engagements to go to. So I put it in a ponytail, and that's how I wore it for up until I started coming out really bad. I couldn't tell how it was coming out because it was in a ponytail. And when I combed it, I could just see hair coming out.
What else do you have to tell me?
That the product that she used, she stated I only had to have a relaxer every 2 months. But the last relaxer in October that she gave me was different. The way she put it in my hair, she kept combing it, asking me, was it burning? And she never did that the prior 2 times. And the hair started coming out because I needed to have a relaxer before the 2 months. I needed it within 4 to 6 weeks, not the 2 months, because it was different.
You have no case. You have no case.
Okay.
This is what I'm getting. You went to the defendant 10 times and you were satisfied. Then you stopped. You didn't go back for 3 years. Then you went back in June. You were perfectly satisfied. You went back in August. You were perfectly satisfied. You went back in October. You were perfectly satisfied. In between those dates, you went to another salon and had other work done on your hair.
No chemicals.
Yep. I don't care whether they were chemicals or not, but for 2 months. 2 months. I mean, if you were talking about, and I have never had my hair relaxed. I never had any reason to do that. But I know what having a perm is, because we used to get those as kids. We used to give each other perms, and there were times when I got them. So that's a chemical that you put on your hair, very similar to a relaxer. It just goes the other way. One makes it curly, one makes it straight. If your hair gets burnt and your scalp gets burnt, you know it right away, not 2 months later. Somebody puts something on your scalp to relax your hair or to curl your hair and it burns. You know it burns right away. The same way color burns. If someone puts color on your hair and you're allergic to that color, you're going to know it right away, not 2 months later. Unless you have an expert witness to testify that it could take 2 months to show hair loss from a chemical burn. That's what we're talking about.
It didn't take 2 months. It took that for all of my hair to come out. It was coming out as the time went on.
You took 2 months because that's the first time you called her. And she would have to be a psychic to know that you were having hair trouble before you called her. To me, if I went in to have a perm or color and my hair was burned, I would call the next day and I would say, gee, my scalp is burning, it's itching, it's on fire, something is wrong that you put on my hair. But you didn't have any of that. And you went and had your hair shampooed and rollered without any complaint. So you have no case. Now, on the flip side of that, you have a counterclaim.
I do.
And I'd like to see what the counterclaim is. You say that she slandered your business.
She's been slandering me. I am a master educator, stylist, also.
I want to see physically what you are complaining about.
Okay. Well,
what
here's
she
a letter
said
from PBS. She's just going around the city.
Well, I don't.
It stopped sales and business.
Well, I don't know that. And you have no evidence of any. I just would like to see it. What is this?
Well, he is the owner of the salon. So when he got the information.
Listen to me.
From other.
This is hearsay. It's not admissible. You want to show me slander? You show me something that she wrote, someplace that she published something that was untrue about you. I'll be more than happy to see it.
She blocked me from her Facebook.
Well, then I can't help you, Miss Childress.
Well, that's it. She's been slandering my name. I don't
know
have
that.
I know. I understand what you're saying.
You know, just because you say it doesn't make it true. Just because she says that
So
you
you can
burned
hear
her,
from
it
any
doesn't
third
make
party?
it true. What? Tell me your name.
Marie Adams.
Miss Adams, how do you know her?
I've been getting my hair done by Cola since 2006.
Okay. And do you know Miss Griffin?
No, I don't.
Have you ever met her before today?
No, I haven't.
What is she going to testify to? She's never met her and she doesn't know her.
It's all over that Diane.
We're done. You need proof. You need a witness that heard her say something. You need something that she published for people to read. This is hearsay. This is from somebody who you could have brought instead of her, right?
It couldn't come.
I guess so. Okay, we're done. Thank you. You have no case against her, madam, because you have no proof that anything that she did to you caused your hair loss. None. And she doesn't have any proof of slander, although in all probability you've been going around telling people that your hair came out because of something she did, but she had no proof of that. Okay, thank you. Now, when you lived together for these 18 months, when he moved in, how old was the child that you have together?
She was not born yet. She was born.
So you conceived that child during the 18-month period?
That is correct.
Which means that you lived together as a couple.
Correct.
I'm not interested in his piece of the rent. Do you understand? Do we have anything else? Late fees for what?
It was a debit card that I had that was blocked, and I had to have it reordered due to the fact that someone was calling in using my information, including my PIN number.
What month?
The later month of July, early August.
That was after you had already broken up?
Yes.
Okay, did you do that?
No, ma'am.
So you didn't use her credit card after the two of you split up?
No, I had no access to it.
Okay, prove it to me, Miss Hazel. Prove to me that he used your credit card, your debit card, after the two of you broke up. I don't care what happened before. You were living as a family. After you broke up, after July.
After July, the only thing that I have is showing that my particular debit card was compromised.
I need proof that he did it. He says he didn't.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so you have no case. So your case is dismissed. Now he has a counterclaim. He has a counterclaim for an unpaid loan. Now let's deal with an unpaid loan. This is what I'm getting from your papers, Mr. Holliday.
Yes, ma'am.
Of an unpaid loan. You borrowed money from your aunt.
Yes, ma'am.
And gave that money to the plaintiff because there were outstanding bills.
Well, it was at the time that when they was going to court because the landlord was subleasing it out.
Listen to me. Was that while you were still living together?
No, ma'am.
It's not. You had already moved out.
No, it was actually on the tail end of it, right before she...
Just to answer my question, sir.
No, ma'am.
Were you still living together when you gave her the $1,000?
No, ma'am.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Then I want you to tell me about this $1,000. He's out of the house. You say, I kicked him out of the house in July.
Yes.
Okay. So?
Okay.
You gave her $1,000?
So, Your Honor, basically what was going on is I needed help. I just basically needed him to, I asked him to pray for me at first.
Just a second. You said in your complaint that you kicked him out of the house in July because you had enough of him, you had enough of, he finally got a job, they garnished his wages for child support because he had a child support order that he wasn't paying, so they garnished his wages. According to your complaint, I'm going to read it to you. When they became a source of conflict in our relationship, he wasn't contributing. I finally had enough and told him he needed to pay all the rent he owed me or get out. He accused me of cheating on him. That was the last straw. I kicked him out of the apartment.
Correct.
How come he gave you money?
Due to the fact that we have a daughter together, and he actually moved back in with his parents. So he couldn't help as far as making sure that our daughter had a shelter. So I'm the only one that could be able to provide our daughter with a shelter. So to help out with what was going on, he actually ended up giving me $1,000 in which I used towards the rent to be able to remain in the home that I'm currently living at.
Do you work?
I am an
The answer is
entrepreneur.
yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
In
July.
July. Tell me about it. That's your counterclaim.
Basically, she
Not
was
basically, I don't want
she
any
was telling me that far as with the landlord subleasing it out to her and the main landlord came up to an agreement where her and the kids can stay there. She didn't have the money at the time, so I borrowed the money from my aunt and made sure they had a roof over their head. No, I just wanted one, the one that I asked for, because one of the TVs I bought was for her daughter.
Good.
And she just all of a sudden, she just stopped talking to me, period. Didn't want to socialize with me.
I don't want. Okay, now I got it. Okay, well, good. So you gave her $1,000. Pay your aunt back. What's next? You want your 2 TVs back?
No, I just wanted one, the one that I asked for, because one of the TVs I bought was for her daughter.
As a gift?
Yes, ma'am.
And the other one?
It was mine. It was in our room.
Who purchased it?
I did.
With what money?
When I was in a car accident.
What do you mean you were in a car?
I was in a car accident one day going to work, and my settlement ended up coming through when I was out of work. I ended up buying a television for the room.
Do you still have the television?
Yes, I do have that television. It's my television.
Good. Who paid for it?
Mr. Holliday paid for it.
Good. Within 5 days, you'll have an order that you can retrieve your TV. Are we finished here? Good. Thank you very much. We're done. Ms. Sonkrant, this used to be your boyfriend. It's not your boyfriend anymore. While he was your boyfriend, the two of you went on holiday together, decided to get matching tattoos. He didn't have any money. You laid out the money for his tattoo.
Yes.
Sometime way after that, he used your credit card to purchase furniture. So there was a loan for furniture for his apartment.
Yes.
He still hadn't paid you for the tattoo, right?
Correct.
Forget about the tattoo. Do you still have the tattoo?
Yes.
Do you still have the tattoo?
Yes, but it's covered.
But what?
It's covered.
It's covered with what?
Writing.
What did it say?
It was a K with the heart, like a king.
It's what?
K with the heart.
With K with a heart. Is that your name?
No, it was king and then mine was queen.
I really have to get my hearing checked. I swear. Everybody better go to articulation classes.
That's not going to happen.
Okay, now, you moved into an apartment, you didn't have any furniture. And how did you get furniture?
Correct.
And what did she say?
Ms. Sonkrant offered to get, she knew that I didn't have any furniture, so we went to the furniture store and she helped me pick it out, basically.
Okay, great. And do you remember how much it was?
Not off the top of my head, no.
But you were making payments on it.
Not really.
You never made any payments on it?
No.
Never?
No.
Really? When was it purchased? In what month?
I would say September-ish, yeah.
And it was bought on credit?
Yes.
How much was it?
It was $2,235.54.
What kind of work were you doing, Mr. Nichols?
Worked in a factory. I was a machine operator.
Still there?
No.
What are you doing now?
Right now, I'm currently looking for a job.
So you don't have a job?
No.
And what kind of furniture did she buy you?
It was a Serta mattress, king size, and the bed frame, and the TV.
And you have a new girlfriend?
Yes.
Do you watch the TV with your new girlfriend?
Yes.
And you sleep on the mattress and the frame?
Yes.
You think it's right that the plaintiff pay for that?
I mean, it was a gift.
It might have been. I'm just asking you if you think it's right that she pay for it. Now, Miss Sonkrant.
Yes.
When did you and Mr. Nichols break up?
In the beginning of December.
When was the first payment due on the furniture?
What would have been September? October 24th.
Who made that payment?
He made that payment.
Show me.
I only have the bills. I don't have it showing that he paid, but I have evidence of him saying that he was paying me.
I would like to see that.
All these.
Isn't it nice I got rid of the new girlfriend? Just in case you think I'm going to be exceedingly hard on him. I just want you to read some of these emails back and forth.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me whether, based upon these emails, you would buy U.S. savings bonds.
Do they still sell those?
If you have confidence in the country. You told her you were going to pay her for the furniture. Unfortunately, your choice of language was such that the camera operator here can't take a picture of it because you only know how to express yourself using 4-letter expletives.
I don't believe, did I say that I paid her? I told her I was going to pay for it.
Would you show Shakespeare, please, the emails? In the emails is where you told her.
Yeah, man.
Now you see where you told her you were going to pay her?
Yes, I remember those conversations.
Good. $2,235. Judgment for the plaintiff. Good done. How old are you, Miss Telly?
19.
Do you work or go to school?
Both.
Where do you go to school?
Mesa Community College.
Full-time?
Part-time.
And what kind of work do you do?
I work at Starbucks.
Do you live at home or you have?
At home, yes.
And Miss Lewis, you have a daughter, and your daughter and Miss Tully were friends.
Yes, ma'am.
And they had been friends for a long time.
Couple of years.
And she had accompanied you on family vacations before?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times?
This would have been the fourth, so 3 prior to this trip.
And she always paid for her own airfare?
When we flew, correct. Minus one time, I did pay for it one time.
When did you pay for that?
I believe it was a trip to New York.
From where?
Chandler, Arizona. But we fly out of Phoenix Sky
So
Harbor.
it was a long flight.
Yes, ma'am.
Where else did you go with Miss Tully?
California, Your Honor, twice. And then
When you went to California, where did you stay?
Huntington Beach at a condo that I rented.
She paid her own airfare?
There was no airfare, we drove. And I did pay for the gas.
Yes, you have other children other than this daughter?
I do, I have a son.
And did he accompany you on the trip?
He did.
Ever have any difficulty with her before, with expense money, anything else that would have given you cause to pause about inviting
No.
her again?
No.
Okay. This case is about a trip that you all took, a family trip that you took to Hawaii, and Miss Tully was invited to go along. The arrangement was, according to you, that she would take care of her own airfare, which she did, correct? Did you book the tickets?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
And you paid for the tickets on your credit card?
Yes, Your Honor.
And she gave you money in cash to cover her?
Yes, her mother and father did.
You rented a hotel while you were in Hawaii?
Condominium.
Condo. How many bedrooms?
1.
And where did Miss Tully and your daughter sleep?
On the pull-out couch.
So they slept together. So
Yes.
she didn't have her own room, so she...
As well as another friend.
So there was no additional expense?
Correct.
With that. And food, how was that covered?
She was supposed to cover her own food.
Okay. And you brought money with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much money did you bring?
About $300.
How long were you going to be away for?
I believe it was 7 days, but we got stuck for an extra day, I believe.
Got stuck because of air?
Yeah, there was something with the weather flying out of Los Angeles, so we couldn't fly out from Hawaii to Los Angeles to get home.
Is that correct?
No, Your Honor. The trip was a 10-day trip. The 22nd through the 1st, and we did get stuck for 2 extra days, about a day and a half, so it became an 11-and-a-half-day trip.
Now, this lawsuit is all about the fact that your daughter and Miss Tully had a fight, an argument. It's falling out. When did you have that argument?
I believe it was in September.
September of last year.
Yes, Your Honor.
And when was the trip to Hawaii? In what month?
June.
When did it end?
July.
What was the argument about?
I did not want to be friends with
Why?
her daughter anymore.
Why?
Because I did not like the way that I was treated around them.
Like what? What do you mean?
There were just comments that were constantly made about the way that I lived my life and my family and the money that my mother earned, and I just did not want to be a part of it anymore.
And you told, what's Miss Lewis's daughter's name?
Bree.
When did you have this discussion with her that you didn't want to be friends anymore?
I did not have a discussion with her. I unfollowed her on social media.
That must have been after something happened, Miss Tully.
I just decided that I didn't want to be friends with her. She went away to college and I stayed home for college. We didn't have any contact. We didn't talk.
What happened after you came back from Hawaii?
We talked maybe once or twice because I went out of town with my grandparents and stayed with them for about 3 or 4 weeks and then returned home for school.
During that 3 or 4 week period, did either Miss Lewis or Bree contact you about any money that you owed
No,
them?
Your Honor.
Okay. What happened after you came back from Hawaii?
We talked maybe once or twice because I went out of town with my grandparents and stayed with them for about 3 or 4 weeks and then returned home for school.
During that 3 or 4 week period, did either Miss Lewis or Bree contact you about any money that you owed
No,
them?
Your Honor.
On what date did you unfriend her daughter?
I do not remember the exact date.
You remember the month?
I believe it was September. It could have been October, though. I'm not 100% sure, though.
Do you remember?
Yeah, it was in September. September 28th, I believe.
So now I'd like you to tell me, Miss Lewis, what you're suing her for is $375 because you say you went to some events while you were in Hawaii that you purchased tickets for, I don't know, dolphin shows or whatever else you paid for, and she was supposed to pay you back. I want you to show me when the first time was that you requested the return of this money.
I did not request the return of the money first. Irene contacted me because we had already made a discussion about the money and her paying me back, and she did let me know that she was going to Rhode Island with her family, so she wouldn't be able to start working again until she got home. Therefore, she couldn't start making payments until she was working, and I understood that.
Was that in a phone conversation?
A text conversation, correct.
I'd like to see that.
Yes, ma'am.
That makes it easy. Oh.
Is that not what I'm supposed to do? She told me to earlier. Sorry. I apologize.
That's okay.
Well, you clearly knew before you went to Rhode Island that you owed her some money, because that's what it says here.
Okay.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I didn't. Okay. So we were supposed to go to Hawaii, and I was told.
Listen to me.
Okay.
You clearly knew based on this text, hey, I'm heading home from Rhode Island today, so can you send me what I owe you from Hawaii? That's what you wrote to her on Sunday, July 31st.
Okay.
So you clearly knew that you owed her some money. And at some point, she responds on August 10th, I added it together and it was $375. And then you ask her for a breakdown. She gave you a breakdown. And some of it looks legitimate and some of it I can see why you might question.
Okay.
Did you go to a snorkel trip in a luau?
Your
Okay,
Honor.
so that's $125. You don't dispute that. She paid for it, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And you did go to see the sea lions.
Yes, Your Honor.
And she paid for that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm taking off $20 for food because that's ridiculous. What's a $25 baggage fee?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. I paid for my baggage.
Okay. What's the $25 baggage fee?
Ma'am, she paid for her baggage one way, not the other way. She couldn't afford it, so she asked me if I'd add it to her total, and I agreed to.
Do you recall that?
I do not, Your Honor.
Well, she does. And what is $25 yard house? What is that?
She was supposed to pay for her own food at Meals Out. I did try to make it easier on her because she was the only one that was struggling financially, so I went ahead and bought a lot of groceries at the grocery store and cooked many meals in the condo to save money.
So what is Yard House?
It's a restaurant.
Do you remember the Yard House?
Yes, Your Honor. I remember going to dinner there.
Okay. And did the plaintiff pay for that dinner?
Yes, Your Honor, but my meal was not $25.
I don't know what it was. $250. Okay, so you acknowledge that there were certain expenses that you had, and I've taken some off that I actually can't justify. But that's still $250.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay?
Okay.
Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done. Mr. Hazelton, the defendant is your mother, and it is your claim that she had you falsely arrested a little over a year ago for both stealing her property and for assaulting your sister, who tried to intervene and prevent you from taking her television. That's what the case is about. You spent, according to you, 6 days in jail. You finally bailed yourself out, and you want to be compensated for that. That's what the case is about. Okay. Prior to being arrested last year, when you were arrested on your mother's complaint, how many times had you been arrested before?
A bunch.
How many? More than a dozen?
I could say yes.
And were those, at least some of those arrests, drug-related?
No.
Were they alcohol-related?
No.
Were they physically related? Were they assault cases?
Some. But what does that got to pertain to this case?
Everything pertains to this case. Was some of them involving theft?
No.
Was some of them involving trespass?
No.
So they were all involving assault. More than a dozen cases. What I'm gathering now is information. So of the more than a dozen arrests you had, none involved drugs, none involved alcohol, none involved theft, none involved trespass, all involved assault. Is that a yes or a no?
That's a no.
What else do they involve other than assault?
I'm just talking about this case, Your Honor.
I'm talking about who the party... Mr. Hazelton, Officer Byrd tells me that you have had second thoughts about answering the court's questions, and you're asking me to reconsider the dismissal of this case. Is that correct? Mr. Hazelton, Officer Byrd tells me that you have had second thoughts about answering the court's questions, and you're asking me to reconsider the dismissal of this case. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so then let's get back to where I was questioning you before. According to your answers previously, you've been arrested at least a dozen times, none involving drugs. Is that correct?
That is correct.
None involving alcohol.
That is correct.
None involving burglary.
That is correct.
None involving theft.
That is correct.
All involving assault.
That is correct. 3 times. No, my anger gets the best of me.
Well, that's an uncontrollable.
It's an uncontrollable issue.
For which you've been or not been in treatment.
Not.
Is it correct, Miss Hazelton, that your son never had either a drug or an alcohol problem?
Alcohol.
In October of 2015, Mr. Hazelton, how were you supporting yourself?
By working.
For whom?
Green Star Lawn Maintenance.
How long have you worked for them?
For 38 years off and on.
Are you working for them now?
Yes.
Full time?
Yes.
In the same location?
Yes.
Is that correct?
I think so.
Do you remember on what day you were arrested?
Yeah, I was arrested on May 6, 2015.
Where?
In Henry County.
Is that where you live?
I lived, yes.
What time were you arrested?
About 12:20 in the morning, yeah.
In the morning? And you were at home?
I was at home, right?
And you were arrested on the complaint of your mother and or your sister? Or just your mother?
I was arrested on my mother and sister's complaint stating that I walked in an unlocked door, used the restroom. Upon leaving the restroom, stole the TV out of my mom's room, hit my sister 3 times in the face, and left with the TV.
Okay, you're the sister?
No.
Where is the sister?
She's passed away.
Were you at home that day?
No.
So the sister that you allegedly assaulted is no longer here?
No.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
And I gather from your answer that you were not at home when this took place.
No.
Did you have a conversation with your daughter when you got home?
She was holding an ice.
Just a second. Did you have a conversation with her?
Yes.
At what time did you get home on, it would be the 5th
Right.
of May? What time did you get home?
Between probably 9:30 and 9:45, I was playing bingo.
And at that time, Miss Hazelton, who did you live with?
My daughter lived with me.
How old was she?
Let's see.
She was 52.
Yeah, she was 50.
She was 50 then?
Yeah.
So when you came home, it was 9:30, 9:45, and tell me first what you saw.
I saw her holding an ice pack on her face, and I asked her what happened. And she said Glenn came here to use the bathroom, so she let him in. And in the process of using the restroom, he came out with my 32-inch TV, and she went to stop him, and he hit her in the face. That's what she told me. And I was only in the house maybe 5 minutes before the police were knocking on the door.
Had your daughter called the police?
Yes.
Okay, so she had called the police before you even got home?
Oh, yes.
Do you have the police report?
No, I don't have that.
Do you have the police
Yes, I do.
report? I'd like to see it, sir.
Okay.
Just the police report. You do know that these reports indicate that you were totally uncooperative, had to be placed in a hood, a spit hood, had to be put in an isolation area.
Excuse me,
Are
Your
you
Honor.
telling me that you were not high on some sort of drug or alcohol that night when they came to your home to arrest you?
Excuse me, Your Honor. Let me first say this.
I asked you a question, Mr. Hazelton. We had
no,
an
I was
agreement.
not high.
We
No, I
had-
was not high. No, I was not on no drugs, okay?
Okay.
My actions speak louder than words. I was arrested, hauled off to jail, ripped out of my bed in my underwear, and you're telling me for a crime I did not commit, how would you react? And the charges were dismissed, not by the judge, by the public defender, the state's attorney, because I didn't steal the TV that my mom said. And my mother sat there and said she's seen me in a while. She hasn't seen me in 7 years. And it's just, or it came out of her in the police report, she states that. And my sister said 2 different signs. She said she came home in an ice pack, but there's no bruises or marks on her. I hit her 3 times. It's all a lie. And why don't they look in her question and call me and ask me, did I do this? They know where I live. You know, they're trying to give me 46 years for this TV. My life is a little more than 46 years, okay? Or acting out in jail or whatever. I didn't do it, and this is the reason I'm suing my mother. I'm out $2,500. I could have gone after her for penal stolen damages.
Your case is dismissed, Mr. Hazelton. You have no case against your mother. We're finished here. Let me understand your case, Miss Wilson. You signed a 1-year lease to rent a room.
That's correct.
in a house where the defendant was living. According to your complaint, she signed the lease and you signed the lease. That was when? In what month and year?
The latter part of April of this year.
And you moved in and gave her a security deposit of how much?
$1,100.
And was that the amount of money you were being charged monthly for the room?
Yes, Your Honor.
Turns out Miss Porter was not the owner of the house. She was a renter. And you were given notice by the owner of the house that the house was being sold and you had to vacate.
Yes, Your Honor.
In what month and year?
June 2018, Your Honor.
When in June did Miss Porter tell you that you had to move?
She notified me by written notice July the 30th.
So you knew in June, but notified her in July?
I notified her 30 days, yes, Your Honor, in July.
And did you, Miss Wilson, pay your rent for May, June, and July?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you moved out when?
August 9th.
Pursuant to your notification from your landlord?
Absolutely.
And you understood that?
I didn't find out she was moving until she put the note on my door July 30th.
But she said she gave you notice July 30th that you had to be out on August 30th?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Were you out on August 30th?
No, Your Honor.
Were you out on September 30th?
No, Your Honor. I was in litigation with the owner.
You still live there in September?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you pay rent?
No, Your Honor.
Did you live there in October?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you pay rent?
No, Your Honor. I had a case going on with the owner of the house. I didn't know that she wasn't the owner of the house.
Listen to me. I just laid it all out so I understand exactly where you're coming from. Are you still living in the house?
Yes, Your Honor. I have until the end of
November. Did you pay rent in November?
No, Your Honor.
And you're still living there?
Yes, as according to the agreement with the owner.
Listen, Miss Wilson, you see this body has been sitting behind a bench for a very long time. I know exactly what's going on. In your agreement with the owner, did you agree to pay your back rent of September, October, and November?
No.
The answer is no.
No. I had an agreement with her, not the owner. I never even knew there was an owner until August.
Miss Wilson, you're not getting any money. I want you to understand. Zippo, not a penny from her. You already made the owner of the premises take you to court to get you out because you're a squatter, because you live there September, October, and November, and you're not paying $1,100 a month to anybody.
She breached an agreement. I thought she was the owner when
Miss
I
Wilson,
signed that lease.
I don't care what you thought.
A whole year.
Listen to me.
I have the lease right here, Your Honor. She
Miss
signed
Wilson,
a year's lease with
not,
me, saying that she was the owner.
You're not getting any money. You have to pay rent to somebody. Miss Wilson, you have to pay rent to somebody. So if you're not paying rent to her, then you pay rent to the owner. You don't become a squatter.
Your Honor,
everybody pays rent. You're not getting any money. A Zippo.
The agreement that I have.
Zippo.
The agreement that I have with the owner, Honor, says that I don't pay rent.
Listen to me.
I won the agreement with the owner that says I don't have to pay rent as long as I'm out by December the 31st.
I know exactly what you did. I know exactly what you did. You held up the owner and you said, I'm not moving, and you made the owner take you to court, get a lawyer.
That's not true. I didn't have anywhere to go. They kept my money.
Miss Wilson, you had plenty of money. You had $3,300 that you didn't pay in rent for the months of September, October, November that you lived rent-free, unless you can show me you paid somebody for rent.
They wouldn't accept any money, Your Honor.
Goodbye, Miss Wilson. Your case is dismissed. I know exactly what you did.